7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick. Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, the most uninformed moto podcast on the old interwebs. This is episode number 194. We are here wrapping up Detroit Supercross. First Supercross race that we have been to in person this year. Me and Justin went. Cole was there. Cole will be joining us probably in a little bit. Who the hell knows? Supercross only over here, can't make it on time, so whatever. Before we get started, just want to thank our sponsors. So first off, our presenting sponsors for the show, Energy Fuel, the best fucking drink out there. Keep yourself fueled, energized, and strong from start to finish. Pick yours up today at CoachRobStore.com. Also, thanks to Premier Custom Trailers. If you need a trailer, commercial or residential, Premier Custom Trailers has what you need. They work with the best manufacturers in the industry and specialize in all your trailer needs. Sales, service, parts, or rentals, they do it all. PremierCustomTrailers.com, located 5 minutes south of Kalamazoo on US 131 in Schoolcraft, Michigan. They put the custom in customer service. I have a Premier Custom trailer. It's awesome. Check out the vlogs. You can see it. Also, our final presenting sponsor, TLR Coatings, Michigan's #1 custom powder coating shop. From two-tone wheels to motorcycle frames to small batch production jobs, TLR Coatings will powder coat anything metal the right way. Looking for some custom Cerakoting, they do that too. TLR Coatings, serving Southwest Michigan and the surrounding areas for over 5 years. Check out TLRcoatings.com or on all the major social media networks at TLR Coatings. And we also do shipping, so if you want to ship your parts to us to get coated, that's fine. If you want to see some of our work, go to the pits at your local Supercross race and check out the Mr. Kevin Moranz 57 machine, linkages, swing arms, all coated by yours truly. Also on board with us, Holester Co., Dirt Bike Depot, Alias Sports, JT Cycle, Adept Creative Co, Gutter Worx, Isaac Nelson Design, and Clutch Media. And then if you need any merch or you want to support us in any sort of monetary way, there are links in the description to merch. There's links to Amazon stuff, which then you can go in and just buy anything on Amazon and we'll get a small slice of that. There's Patreon links. And again, the easiest way you can support us, as always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share on YouTube, share the podcast in podcast form, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is you got. Just make sure to, like I said, drop us a like, drop us a comment. We like talking to everyone. I think we're going to do a listener question section at some point.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, maybe when we go outdoors, we'll make it like a permanent thing on the weekly basis.
Yeah, cool.
We'll see. So, anyways, so we're going to do a little different this week here as far as the race recap goes. We're going to start with the race recap here. Kev's got some stuff to do, so he's coming on later. And we had another guest. He's not coming on tonight, apparently, and so we're trying to get. I'm scrambling to try to get someone else on to talk to. So, been hitting up a couple of privateers. Anyway, so maybe we'll have a couple people, maybe not. I'm honestly not really sure right now. So, but we were at the races yesterday. So, like I said, we're going to do this race recap slightly differently because when you're at the races, obviously, as we've always talked about, you see different stuff, you hear different stuff, you can watch different stuff than what you see on TV. So, tons of stuff that we saw, heard.
Before you want to keep going, do you want to address the listeners of what we were talking about?
I will, yes. Okay. With that, so what we're going to do as far as that goes is we're going to kind of run through our day at the races with what we saw and heard and just witnessed ourselves. And then we will go through results and kind of talk about people's races for the main events when we get to that point. First up in studio with me here, our normal co-host is Justin. Hey, buddy.
What's up, bud?
I mean, we've been together like most of the last 24 hours, so it's fine, including having a giggle fest last night on the drive home.
Yeah, everybody knows when you are sleep deprived, especially when you get older too, you start staying up past your bedtime. It's just shit. Everything's fucking funny.
Everything fucking sucks. Yeah. I slept till noon today.
Wow, really?
I'm fucking, I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, dude, I didn't get to bed till like because we got back here to your place at like what, 2 you said?
Almost 2, yeah.
So like I got home,
close.
so it's like a 20, 10, 15 minute drive for me.
Yeah.
So I got back at like 2 something. I think I got to bed at like 2:40. I think I woke up at like 10. But it's so fucking weird, man. Like, because I think I'm the same way as you're talking about. Like, you just feel drained.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really weird because obviously everybody knows, like, when you're at a Supercross, you know, obviously you're in the city. A lot more stuff is available to you. You're not walking around as much compared to an outdoor race. So, but I think it was the combination of because you're sitting down the whole day for the most part, and then us going to have to go in and out and how cold it was. I think that might have depleted like our bodies, dude, because like we were sitting down a lot.
Yeah.
And then, dude, that walk, that fucking cold.
Well, part of my thing too was, you know, if we stay up till 2 a.m. when there's a West Coast round, I'm just sitting in my house chilling.
Yeah.
I'm eating food.
Yep.
I'm just chilling. I'm taking a shower afterwards. Like I'm going to bed. Like whatever. But we were like out and about, like, you know, at the race. You're
In the
amped up
hotel
because you're
or the
there.
casino.
Yeah, you're walking. We went to the casino afterwards for a little while. Then the drive home. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that spirals there really quickly. Yeah, needless to say, we're old. I'm not used to this. And yeah, today was rough. Thank God we didn't drink a lot yesterday because then it would have been really rough. But yeah, so tired. Got up at noon. And then took a nap at like 1:45. Like that's how pathetic.
Indy will be great though, man. Being right across from the stadium, you know, we're getting down there obviously Friday, so like, you know,
Yeah.
also too, like you mentioned, like after qualifying yesterday, we stayed in the stadium, we ate food, walked around. We can go back to the hotel and chill for a few
Yeah.
hours. So like that's gonna make it better, but still, like it's been a while since I've been to a Supercross, and everything that I remember of how it was. It's just, that's how it is. For me, people are like, oh, it's worse outdoors because you're out in the heat, like you're fucking walking around all the time. But actually for me, I think it's better because I am moving, because I have so many problems with my back and my joints and my knees. So like when I sat, like sitting down as long as we did, and then the drive home. So like I obviously have like nerve issues from my back. Dude, my left leg was absolutely dead when I got out of your truck. And I don't know if you know, like I was like limping to my car. I wasn't trying to be like make a joke like me being old. It's because genuinely my left leg was like dead.
Well, and here's the thing too. Okay, so they talk about, you know, outdoors and indoors. It's not the same. I will give you that. The thing is with outdoors though, is like, okay, we're still starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, which we did yesterday.
Yep.
However, at 5 o'clock we're done.
Yep.
Okay, we're like last night. We're not done till 10. We don't get out of the stadium till 10:30. We don't get home until 2. You know, like outdoor race. Even if we're say somewhere like Redbud, and we get done at 5, and we stick around for a while, we're home by 8.
Yeah.
So
I think most people just bitch about outdoors because of the fact that you're out in the heat all day.
Heat does
and
suck.
a lot of people we all know, we get those
zap
dumb
you.
fans that don't drink water.
Yep.
They're drinking alcohol the entire day. So yeah, no, it was just, it's funny because you forget, like even being there spectating, like it drains you.
Okay.
And that sounds dumb for people.
Yeah.
But like you forget that like even being a spectator at these races, especially there is a thing when you're, you know, like us who are there a lot, especially for me, as many as have been to these, compared to a normal person who's never been there, I don't have to do it. Like there's just, they haven't done that a lot, so it's not the big of a deal. But yeah, man, I'm feeling this today. I can even now, like listening to myself, can hear it in my voice. My voice sound.
Dude, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I drank pre-workout two hours ago while I was setting this up. Like I literally was like, I took the nap, I got up, I was like, okay, I gotta clean the shop, I gotta get everything set up. And I'm just like, dude, I am fucking zapped. And then I freaking
First world problems.
yeah,
People are gonna listen to this and be like, you guys are fucking bitches.
And they don't even want to listen to this part. But I was just like zapped, and I was like, all right, cool. Hey, could you hang up the fucking phone, bro? We're doing the show. Like you come in late and then you're gonna be loud on the phone. Come on, dog.
Yeah, no, it's funny though.
So,
because
yeah, so
it's just like what
and
we're
I'm
talking
still
about.
like,
yeah, this is
right
what
now.
we were talking about, you know. And then we got Mr. Cole Ugetti over here that was apparently in a casino until 3 a.m.
Well, I was just talking to a friend of mine he's actually on the inside right now, so I don't get to talk to him much. So when he calls, I answer.
Oh no, bro, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that sweatshirt a lot.
Like it?
Yeah, that thing's dope, dude.
Tucker Power Sports.
Sick.
But no, we're just talking about how like
I need one.
you forget like when you're at these races, especially Supercross, like how draining it can be, even if you're just, you know, fucking being lazy and being a spectator.
Oh, all right, yeah. So I was thinking about this too. So, and you guys, it's probably a different situation. I don't even know if you can hear me. Probably a different situation for you guys, but yeah, I love going to Supercross with my friends and stuff. We get out; it's a social gathering, right?
Yeah.
And Detroit. we go because we love it and we want to watch the shit, right? Mm-hmm. When you go to Detroit, there's people everywhere that you know, and you feel obligated to sit down and have a conversation with all these people. And so like I had a group of like 8 people, and then we go meet up with our other groups of friends, and we're sitting there.
Yep.
And I'm trying to watch practice and stuff, and people are asking me questions left and right, and like,
You're like, shut the fuck up.
and you want to be like, dude, I just want to watch the shit. And the same thing for the racing and all that. So I guess for me, the hometown race, Detroit or whatever you want to call it's cool because you can go out and you can talk to people you haven't seen in a long time and enjoy that aspect of
Cool,
it.
because everybody's there.
Everybody's there, catch up a little bit, reconnect, whatever. But that's why I'm looking forward to like St. Louis and Indy and stuff because like when we go to St. Louis, we're gonna go
not gonna
down.
know
We're
anybody.
gonna enjoy that shit.
Yeah,
man.
outside of like the few people that you probably have met throughout like racing outside of Michigan, you're not gonna know 90 fucking people there.
Yeah, and
That's what I mean.
I agree with you because it's like I was telling him. So like we didn't have that problem with actual practice, but between qualifying and the night show, I was telling him we were talking about fantasy, and I was like, dude, I'm struggling because like my fantasy score
I didn't
last
struggle.
night. I know my
No, we
fantasy
know.
score fucking sucked last night. But it's like I didn't have time to actually sit down and look at it. When I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know, like second guessing myself type deal. And
See,
then
it helped me because I didn't overthink. I was like, I'm gonna get moving.
And then we go and like your group was the first one we ran into, and then it just spiraled from there. We ran into you, we ran into Walker, we ran into
Having to deal with
my neighbors,
Tom and Danielle,
obviously
Kev,
I mean,
keeping up with Kev.
yeah. So it was like
A revolving door there.
I was
for a
gonna say
second.
by the time we were done, we went and ate, and then we had 15 minutes to get all the way across the stadium to our
Which
seats.
we looped from one side of the stadium to
To
the
the
next
other.
3 times, dude. We
Yeah.
went from one
like
end
miss
to the
your
other.
spot or what?
No,
Well, no, we just
were
wanted to go get food.
I was gonna
yeah.
say we were just checking out the food spots,
And then
like,
obviously, you know how
yeah.
people in the stadiums and shit, they don't know how to walk with a group, so they're like
Yeah.
this and stopping everywhere, and I just want to tackle people.
I mean, it made that couple hours really short, but at the same time, like I said, it was very.
We literally got to our
was
seats
a
like
lot.
what, 5 minutes before opening ceremonies,
Oh, yeah.
maybe 10.
Well, and for me, like my situation was different than you guys. So you guys drove back last night, right?
Yeah.
So for me, again, all the logistics that go into it, right? So I got to corral
Drunk people.
11 different people, right? And of course, some of the dudes, they work third shift, couldn't get work off. So they're not coming down till 3 o'clock. And then you got to coordinate with them to meet up with you in the stadium. And then we also
Yep.
got an Airbnb for everybody. Where's everybody parking at the Airbnb? Can't check into the Airbnb until 3. Practice starts at noon. Like,
Yep.
it's, it ended up being
It turns
a
into a lot,
logistical
really quick.
nightmare, really. So,
Yeah.
I don't think people think about that either. I mean, I think for people like us who have been doing this for a long time, like it's like second nature. It's not that big of a deal. But like when you do it for the first time, because I mean, we obviously aren't at the Supercrosses all the time. We're not at the races all the time. But when you do it again, when you haven't done it in a while, you're like, fuck, like this is a task. Like this is a problem
Well,
to do.
And that's another thing that I notice about myself. So like when we go, so like last year, say with Indy, where we had 3 races, the first Supercross I go to, watching practice and qualifying is always a problem for me. Strictly on the fact of I'm like, fuck, where do I look? Because there's just so much going on. You can see the whole track. You can focus on anybody you want to. So it's like, who do you focus on? Oh, I want to focus on Jet. Well, but they put Jet all over the fucking broadcast. So don't watch him
yeah,
because
I
you can
like-
go back and watch it and see where you can watch other people. And like, it turns into this mind fuck for me where I mentally deplete myself on the fact of like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But by like next week now, so that was fine. That was what yesterday was. Next week at Indy, be no problem. I'll know exactly what the fuck I'm doing.
See, and
like,
I like watching-
I almost have to have a refresher every year.
I like watching the privateers and shit that I've like guys that I've
Yeah.
watched since like I've amateurs
like the
and
local
stuff.
guys that we know that
Yeah.
are trying to give it a shot, like Prebula out there. And
Well, like I said,
some
for
of
me,
those guys.
like I've mentioned many times before we get into this, like I'm a big John Short and Grant Harlan fan. I like watching those guys ride. I watched them a lot as amateurs, and every time I'm at a race, obviously they're there. I like to watch them. It may sound dumb because like they're not that big of a deal, but like I like watching those guys because I've seen them since 50s. John Short, by the way, if you watch the show, you need to come on just because I want to talk about that porn stash.
weird.
I know, but dude,
He literally saw him when we were leaving the stadium last night, and he's like, dude, do you see John Short's porn stash? That thing's fucking awesome.
What parking garage were you guys in?
We parked at Greektown.
So like
Oh,
he
okay.
so like he was right as we were rolling out, like he was rolling out with his fucking bag and like his scooter, and I just saw it and I'm like, still knocking that porn stash.
So A-Mart came rolling through our parking garage as we were rolling out. So,
Oh, yeah.
and this got me thinking, and I don't know if this is a segue to a next topic that you guys wanted to talk about, but
We're just getting started here. So as I was telling him, you missed this. So my plan is we're going to we haven't even really started yet. Like we're recording, but we haven't started. I'm gonna just read out both sponsors that are gonna sponsor the reviews here, and then
I thought we were live, dude.
we are.
Oh,
We are.
yeah,
Like this is part of the show.
We're just doing it
but then
people
we're
are
gonna
listening to this.
but then we're gonna but then we're gonna go through we're gonna go through our day, because as I told him and everyone on the show is like, we see stuff all day that
Right.
you don't see and hear, obviously watching on TV, and then we'll just
It's a
go
different
through,
experience,
yeah,
man.
and then we'll just go through the mains there, but I want to talk about the day, and we had just gotten started with talking about going and how it's draining and all this shit like that. So
Yeah, well, shoot, and if you don't say the night, you guys had to drive back 2 hours, right?
Yep.
And like this morning, thought it'd be great to drive back, snowstorm, blizzard,
That
dude.
fucking sucks.
Saw 2 rollovers, saw a car on fire, like just
Wow.
nasty shit all the way back.
Holy
and
shit.
94.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Like when I woke up this morning and I saw that it was like a whiteout at my house, I'm like, the fuck? I didn't even know. It was
What time
supposed
did
to
you get up?
So that was gnarly
9.
too.
9.
Oh, I was gonna say it was bright and sunny when I woke up at noon.
But no, like the point that we're trying to get across is like, once again, not to beat a dead horse, but we've all been doing this a very long time, and we've all been to a lot of races between all three of us. But like, because we're not there all the time, when you go to them, you remember things are just, it's so much different from actually being there and all the different things that you have to pay attention
Yeah.
to. Even if you're not racing or you're not affiliated with a rider there, like, because when you're affiliated with a rider or obviously you're racing, you have one sole goal. For us, we're trying to do this for this, but we're also trying to have fun. There's a lot of different things we're trying to pay attention to, and it does become mentally tasking. But once again, people are like, well, first world problems. You actually were there. Big deal.
Have you been on Facebook this morning?
No, I haven't been on Facebook. I haven't been on any social media
Matt-
shit other than Racer X.
Matt Mitchell ran into your boys, Fresh Prince and Dan Hubbard, at the beer exchange last night. Got a picture with them and
Fresh
everything.
Prince looked more like Carlton last night.
Talked to them for a long time, I guess.
I could see Matt.
Last night.
I could see Matt Mitchell.
Hey,
talking
speaking
to them.
of people that we know that we've seen, last week's guest inside the gate drop, Kurt.
You saw him?
You saw him? We never talked to him.
Well, so
He never texted me yesterday though, and
So-
I fucking was busy. I forgot. So
yeah. So I saw him in the tunnel actually. So we got to go do the track walk.
yeah,
which was cool.
Which was hilarious because everybody was asking
They
me
thought it
about
was
track
Travis.
walk,
And he was like, "No, that was
wasn't
Cole."
me.
Well, who was asking? Like
Like
Well, Matt
fucking
Mitchell, I think
asked,
Kev asked.
yeah.
how'd you do that or something?
My
Yeah.
neighbors, they were like, "Oh, I saw you got to do track walk."
We're
or
like,
something.
"No,
I was
that
like,
wasn't
"No,
us, Cole."
I flipped it on me and like I talked. I said, I don't know where Travis and Justin are, but I'm here. I'm in it.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious
no.
because I had multiple people ask me about it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wasn't me, dude.
Well, there were one of our listeners and pretty active on our social, Hallam, I don't know.
oh yeah, Mike.
Yep. So he was like, show you-
Sponsor
Oh,
owns Holester Co.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
oh, well, now I do.
Yeah.
But he was like, show me your boobs or something, like thinking it was like me and you. And I was with Emily and I flipped it around and I was like, hey, this guy wants to see your boobs or something.
Jesus Christ.
And that was probably a little aggressive, but I had a cocktail or two in me. I ain't gonna
that's
lie.
hilarious.
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I had some confidence to go on live and get in front of some people. But and he was like, dude, I totally didn't know that you were with your chick. Like I wasn't talking to her, and I was like,
Oh.
I appreciate the
I
the
saw
sincerity
that
and
in the-
whatnot,
in the
but
DM.
That's what
Yeah.
you were looking at.
That's what that was
I
all
saw you
about.
on your phone. I saw
Yeah.
you looking at that. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah, I saw that in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
DMs, and then I saw him be like, "Those were not the boobs I thought," or some shit like that.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
like, boobs are fucking sweet, right?
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, that's what I said to him. I
I
was
don't
like,
know,
yeah,
and I'm
boobs are
sure
cool.
Mike thinks it's me, even though he was texting me too. So like, I'll have to
Yeah.
text and be like, "Yeah, so that was just Cole, man," but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I did see that. It was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
So
So that was really cool. Shout out to Motul Oil.
Yep.
Next time you oil up your shit, buy
was that
Motul.
dude wearing a red Motul jacket too?
Correct.
Puffer jacket.
Yep.
I saw that guy later
Sick
that
jacket
night.
because I was like, hey man, what do I got to do to get one of those? And he was like, it's basically the Red Bull helmet of Motul.
No shit.
Oh wow. Well,
Yeah.
That's, okay, so that's not easy to get then.
Not
I
easy
got-
to get.
I got a question. Where did Emily get that black Geico jacket? Because Ashley was like, dude, I fucking
Actually,
need one
our
of
show
those.
sponsor, the dirtbike-depot.com.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, so that's like a rider only thing, isn't it?
I don't think it's a rider only. 100%
okay.
made them for a while.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
okay.
say because I don't remember seeing those. I told her I was like, well, you're never gonna get one now, but like,
Yeah. Yep, that's where she got that. Actually, show sponsor coming in clutch.
that was awesome.
Wow,
And it was,
wow.
that was
Nice.
awesome, and it was super funny that like I have the red Geico jacket too to be like, hey,
Yeah.
Mike Grondell appreciates that.
yeah, I know.
But-
Dude, that was funny when Walker's like, you do realize that like that team doesn't exist anymore. Well, yeah, it does. It's vintage, bro. Like
Nostalgic.
It's vintage, yeah.
Nah, that's I don't know, man. But no, I was. I mean, might as well just get into this.
I
Like,
had a fun day yesterday.
Well, yeah, that was cool. And like I said, that's where I'm going back.
Yeah.
That's where I met Kurt in the tunnel. He was actually out doing track walk as well.
Oh, cool.
So,
Cool.
he was like, "Hey, I think you're Cole," and I just put 2 and 2 together. That's who I was talking to. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So,
I thought he already knew you. I thought you guys already.
well, he knew me, but he didn't realize that was me
I
on
would
the
say
line.
He
Kind of thing.
asked me this week when he was texting me, like, so who's that other guy? And I was like, or the guy that sits across from you or whatever. And I was like, oh, Cole. And he's like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, he did ask me that earlier this week. Like,
Yeah, he said he got into some Facebook stalking and creeping and figured it out.
well, dude, I said this after you left last week. Like, I didn't realize this, but I think that dude was already on my Facebook because of Greg.
Yeah, well, actually, Greg, so again, back to running into everybody. I'm in the bathroom taking a leak and run into Greg and Kyle Schraube.
Oh shit! I wish I'd have known Greg.
And I
was
actually,
there.
that's who I was at Greektown with for a little bit.
Man, I wish I'd have known Greg was there. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Kyle in a long time, but yeah.
Yeah, Kyle was playing roulette, and I was like, Greg, are you advising his financials right now? Like,
was he
what's
playing
going
at
on
the
here?
$50 table or the $25 table?
Yeah,
I was
what-
at a 50 table.
Holy fucking shit! Because Ashley was gonna play because she played yesterday when we were there in the morning, but it was that table was only $15 or whatever. And she was like,
Yeah,
"All right."
it was
So
50.
she
Well, I
played.
walked up, so here was my strategy, right?
Oh boy!
I
Oh,
walked
God.
up and they were playing, and Rusty Nuts wasn't afraid to throw down either. So like Rusty Nuts, he actually met Greg and Kyle via Xbox when we played Supercross together, right?
Okay.
Never met them in person. They just know each other's voices. So we walk up to the roulette table, and he's like, "Are you the Straube 63? Rusty Nuts 838?" Like a weird gamer
Wow,
thing, dude.
Holy shit! Gamer
God.
tags
Yeah,
and all.
yeah. And Durbauer was just like, "Oh yeah, you're Rusty Nuts," because we all game and race
Jesus,
Supercross. But
Wow.
weird how this world works, but yeah, $50 table, and
that.
and
I'm out.
I had $50. I had a $50 bill. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm throwing it on black. If it hits, it hits. So throw it on there. It hits. I'm up $50. So I put the 50 in my pocket, and I'm like, you know what? 19 to 36. It's gotta hit. Fucking hit again, dude. I hit like 4 times in a row, and I walked out with
Sick.
$300.
Dude, Ashley did pretty well too. She won what, 110
Yeah.
bucks
Yeah, something
yesterday
like
or
that.
something while she was playing. She played for a little while there.
Roulette's
so.
fun. She play corners, or she like to play?
Oh, dude, she's all over the place.
I'm
dude.
like
She's
corners,
black,
lines,
red,
yeah.
quarters, lines, fucking individual numbers. She hit a couple individual numbers, so I think that really helped her
Those are the
out.
big
yeah,
paydays,
but
yeah.
I'm like, fuck, dude, I just can't do it at that much. I put like $20 in a fucking slot machine.
Yeah.
And like that was it. I didn't win shit either.
Yeah.
And like just did that. Like other than that, we took my old man and like I gave him some money and stuff for doing the addition or whatever essentially. And so that was what we were doing it for, was to have him be able to go and play. And he likes the races, so he went with us to the races and everything too. So
That's like I told him though. I've been to, we always used to go to Vegas all the time for like for the U.S. Open and fucking the end of Supercross.
I
and
wish
shit.
I would have went to a U.S. Open.
But like as I was telling him last night, yeah, the U.S. Open. Well, I was actually at the last one in 08 or 09, whatever it was.
When Reed was number 8.
Yeah, and
Running
then
number
also
8.
that was after the whole Dungy Stewart thing and shit. Like when Dungy got kicked out of the Stewart compound when he was on.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of that.
But anyway, so like I've been to enough casinos and stuff, but I was telling him as we were getting ready to go, like I understand why people get sucked into that culture, but like me, I'm not a really big city person, and I like was having so much anxiety last night, which is weird because obviously I'm so used to being around huge groups of people,
Yeah.
but I'm like, this is just not my scene. I don't like this.
Did y'all have to wait to get in?
Walked
Dude, we
right
had to
in.
wait in a line
What time did you
for
get
like
there,
10
though?
or 15 minutes.
I didn't get there till so we went back to the Airbnb, still had to check
Yeah.
in and drop all our shit off, and then get an Uber and then go.
Oh, okay.
So you guys
So
got
lots
there a
of
little later.
logistics going on.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because we were there like what, right after the race, probably
11?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was so many people.
I saw
rolling
one
in.
of Kev's new sponsors there gambling.
Oh, really?
Yep.
We asked about that.
Oh, we
one.
did, and he was like, "Who?" And I was like, "Oh, and I don't want.
Oh, you guys already talked to him or no?
No, we
No,
had talked to him.
We
in
talked to him
between
at the race
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. What do we bring it up tonight? Is he on tonight or is he off?
He should be on about at the 8:00 hour. We gotta get going on this race
Yeah.
coverage though. Here, kind
Yeah,
of.
I was gonna bust his balls a little bit and say, hey, I saw one of your sponsors gambling away all your
Tell you
money at
what,
the
though,
roulette table.
We the guy who was doing his helmet wrap this weekend. I really hope for his sake he can keep that
Yeah.
dude on there. The guy that was doing his helmet wrap was actually
Tom Zielinski.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good guy to have on.
So.
Tom Zielinski. So, well, this is off air stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I've,
we'll talk
I've made some connections with Clutch Media and some of his extracurriculars.
Yeah, Sater was having to
Sater was
corral
having a
that
day.
around. Yeah.
He was having a day.
And all Kev goes, yeah, that was a handful.
Okay, we got to talk about this off air.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So, all right, cool. So your race, I mean, we just went on a fucking 20-minute conversation
But I think like
about like being at the races.
yeah, but I think people can see the value in that because like a lot of people, or I wouldn't say a lot of people, but there are a majority of people that don't get to experience actually going to a race.
Yeah.
And each city's different though. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on like why I can see why the teams hate fucking going to Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that
Like-
then when we get towards the end of the.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
16 degrees,
So,
fucking
well,
semi situation, like the whole nine.
And
which
before,
we can talk to Kev
before
about
we
that,
get
too.
started here, I was talking to Justin. I just want to not rant, but I just want to reiterate why the fuck we do this show. Because there have been comments, people saying, "Oh, you're getting away from originally what you were doing. You're doing this, you're doing that. I just want to hear about the race stuff, whatever." And is there somebody is there something over there or what? Ghost?
I was just wondering, was the door open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, door was
Okay.
open.
Yep, like that
we're
metal's
good.
been leaning.
You got heat all the way through now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, so I just wanna reiterate, we do this show as moto guys who are gonna sit around and talk moto all day anyway. We started the show under the basis of we're gonna do this, we might as well record it. There's no reason not to record it. There's no reason not to spend a little bit of time to put up a podcast, to put up a YouTube video, to do it. That was why we did it. That was why I was spending hours at Justin's shop at the time doing the same shit we're doing right now, talking about going to the races, talking about the races, talking about the racers. Granted, over the years here now, we have grown. We now do a longer show. We talk about way more stuff than we used to. But at the same time, the core of it is the same thing that we did before. It's friends who want to talk moto. Now we just have some insights. We have friends in the industry. We have riders we know. It has grown. It has developed. At the core, it's still the same thing. Moto guys bullshitting about moto stuff. That's what it is. So, like, if you're looking for really insider information and only race recaps and stuff, there's plenty of shows out there that have that. And please go listen to them. I sure as hell do. I've already listened to today. I've listened to Steve's post-race interview show. I've listened to Cooksey and the Coach with Cooksey and Watson. I've listened to Swap Motos, How Was Your Weekend? And I've listened to both press conferences this afternoon. I've listened to all that, okay? And that's great. That stuff is literally pure moto talk, no BSing around like what we do. We like to BS around a little bit. This is our one time a week where we get together, and this is specifically what we have to talk about, and we can go in any different direction with it. This week, we all happened to go to the race. We all had different experiences. We all saw different things, and that's what I want to talk about here.
It'll be the same thing next weekend.
It'll be
And
the
the same
same
thing in
thing-
St. Louis.
yeah. St.
Well,
Louis.
and to expand on that, like this show's what 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes not
Yeah.
even that. Maybe there's a guy that doesn't have time to listen to Steve, all the
That's
Cooksey and the
another
Coach
thing
or
that was
whatever.
brought up when
and
we
we
started.
are pulling pieces out of the stuff that we hear, and we talk about that too.
Yep.
Because maybe those people don't have time to listen to all that.
Yep.
And we pull interesting stuff that we believe is interesting out of that stuff.
Bingo.
So,
Yep.
And that was another thing from the start is we would take all of the information from everywhere across the industry that I could gather when I didn't have any connections, when I couldn't text somebody who was in the industry and say, "Hey, what are you hearing about this?" and just bring it all together and like kind of piece it together and say, "Okay, cool, here is your condensed version of essentially, I guess, a wrap-up show about all the other shows and the races and stuff." So that's what we are. If you don't like it, whatever, that's fine. No problem. It's totally okay. We're not heartbroken. We're going to continue to do this. Okay, we all have normal jobs. So
how
we're
about the
here.
phone policy?
Yeah, you should probably stay the fuck off that this week. Jesus Christ.
I don't care. Whatever.
That was really funny, though.
hey, that's 2 more comments, and then we're on that video before,
it was,
right?
It was. It's awesome. So, all right.
Hang
so
on a second. Let me get some comments real quick.
So let's get into our race coverage. So our race coverage brought to you this week by Holester Co and Worx. Worx gutters for all of your custom seamless gutter needs. Kayla and Josh
Is
at
that
the race
badass new
yesterday.
machine they got?
The what?
They got a badass new
I haven't seen that.
machine to cut the gutters with.
Oh,
Or
I
do
know. I
whatever.
haven't seen that.
I don't know. I saw some videos of it today on.
Josh is making moves. He got a new truck a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
too.
They're gearing up
they're doing well.
to go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this machine looked fucking top notch. Like this was a
Good for them.
kit.
Good for them. Great
Well,
people.
Check them out, gutterworksgutters.com if you're in the Southwest Michigan area. I don't know if they service other areas. Sorry, I haven't talked to Josh and Kayla that much this year. So
I don't know if they're looking to expand or not, or
Yeah.
what's going on. So
also, like I said, Holester Co. They make Kydex holsters for things that go bang bang and all sorts of bang bang things they also sell. So make sure to check them out at miholsterco.com. Thanks to them both for being on board with us this year and giving us some monies to be able to go to the races and stuff. So okay, so let's start the day yesterday. So we got there. Justin, our group, we were the first people in G Gate. Literally the first people.
Really?
Oh yeah. It was
I'm surprised I didn't see you guys because I was at that little bar right across the street, like trying to stay warm for a second. There's like a little bar right there on the corner, right by the front gate, Ford Field, main front gate.
I think
there.
I know what he's talking about. I don't know the
Is
name
it? Yeah,
of it.
but yeah, no, that's the other end. We were at G Gate, which is down the parking garage,
Right by
where
the pit?
Yeah,
right by the pits.
Privateer ones.
I can't believe I missed you guys there either
Yeah.
because we parked in that parking garage and walked across that bridge, and I'm like, fuck,
Oh,
we gotta
really?
go, we gotta go all the way around to the front of the building and get tickets. Nope, cross the bridge, down in, didn't even have to go outside.
Yeah, see, we were there 11:45 or something.
And oddly enough, you know,
You must have just missed us.
oddly enough, you know who was one of the first people who apparently we seen walking out of the garage? Paige Craig.
Nice.
Yeah,
He said something like that, and I'm like, I don't know if that's Paige Craig. And then finding out that what's her kid's name again?
Jagger.
Jagger.
Oh no, I thought we decided that wasn't her.
I thought we decided it was because you said
No.
something about Jagger.
Well,
No,
I-
that
so-
chick had different shoes than Paige had in her
Well,
pictures.
I wouldn't doubt it though because I think half of the first level of that parking garage were all rental cars,
Yeah.
all out of state
No,
plates.
it wasn't her
Oh,
though
okay.
because Paige had on the military boots because I've seen the
Oh,
pictures.
okay, yeah.
Which this sounds
wow,
really
you've
weird.
been doing some studying.
She had military boots on. Well, I was scrolling Instagram a
Yeah.
lot
Look,
in between
wait,
yesterday.
not-
She had on the military boots and
Not
then,
to generalize it, but she was a blonde girl wearing
a
wearing a
Yamaha
Yamaha
coat
jacket on, and
Oh.
we were like, it could be
And when
Paige.
she was walking from the other end, like I was like, "Is that Paige Craig coming?" Because same build, same stature,
Yeah.
everything. And then she got closer. I was like, "Oh no, that's not Paige." So anyway, but yeah, so we were literally the first. And it was super weird because when you get in the stadium and you're the first person in there, essentially, like it was really weird. There was nobody else.
Well,
Most
correct
of-
me if I'm wrong, but they never used to let people in for free practice, right?
No, it used to be one. I was telling him about this. They never used to be able.
one,
It used to
yeah.
be one.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed that as well
yeah.
because like that situation, you don't know who to watch, right? You know who I watch? Justin Brayton. That's the first sexy motherfucker to figure it out every time. Like
Yep.
he is the first guy to usually hit the sections. Obviously, the guys did press day and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then like that quad, everybody was eyeing it up.
Yep.
Nobody was doing it until they fixed the transition.
You know who I was watching try to do that? So speaking of this,
Mookie.
no, actually in the 250s, I was watching Jet because
No, he's looking at it, too.
because who the fuck is going to figure that out? Jet, and Jet did a couple things. He didn't really try it, but there were a couple times you could see him almost like sit in after that three a little bit and like really try it, and then kind of look back and be like, I don't know.
And the funniest thing, the funniest thing, the first person on the 250 to do it was the guy that I was watching all through practice.
Kyle Chisholm?
Pierce Brown.
No, Pierce Brown. Pierce Brown was actually the very first. I mean, I was watching Chiz a lot. I was just, and we'll talk about this, really impressed with Pierce Brown the whole entire day. I was watching him more than anyone. He was the first person to actually do it. And I don't even think he sized it up once. Like, he literally just went 2-3 in, and he's like, fuck it.
Well, dude, and the crazy thing, like once the 450 started doing it, I went back and sat down there and just like nothing to it.
Which is funny because we thought it was too shallow to do when we were first watching it.
Well, they redid it.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
wondering,
transitions,
still a
though.
conspiracy guy here. I'm wondering if a team member or somebody from the team was like, "Hey, go fix that transition."
Well, we'll get to
Well,
this in a second about.
yeah.
But let's just talk like for a second because we don't normally talk about track. Dude, that was so technical in the sense that those were the shortest transitions I've seen in a very long time. Because and we were talking to Kev about this.
Red flags.
Like,
Two of
dude,
them.
well, that's the thing we'll
Same
get to.
spot.
Like,
Yep.
if you notice, those transitions were so short, the chassis would load up and it wouldn't unload at all. Like, it would stay loaded into the face. And that's why so many guys were hitting the deck left and right. But when we first got there, I was looking at them going, dude, this is not the most technical as far as like what rhythm's going to be crazy to do. And the whoops were, they were peaked, but it wasn't the craziest track I've seen. But I said this to him, I'm like, this is going to be one of those tracks that you're literally going to have to use your brain the whole entire night. And obviously we come to find out, pretty much had to.
FYI, Vince Freeze has already volunteered to come up in the summer and pick stuff out of the dirt when they sift dirt because, from what I understand, there was broken glass sheared metal.
Picking rocks out of the face, this
Rocks.
big dude. I don't know if you saw that.
And then somebody said they picked out literally a severed cat leg out of the fucking dirt
Well,
there.
Kev looked
I
at
don't
us
know
and
what
Kev, when we were talking to Kev, he goes, dude, this shit is marbly as hell. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, they were picking rocks out of right at the top of the lip, this big. And he's like, you shitting me?
No.
Dude, where the fuck do they get that dirt?
I don't know. Somebody said it was new dirt.
Which is
It
weird.
looks like
which is
they went
not
over
the-
to Dutch Sport Park and got it.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is weird,
probably.
not the norm for what they do. And this is another conversation we had. I don't know who we were talking to about this, but like the way Feld does the dirt, they leave it in some of these warehouses for hours on,
Yeah.
or weeks on end and shit.
I'm gonna side a little bit with Feld too on like the glass thing. People can maybe take a step back of that because Monster Jam was there 2-3 weeks ago maybe,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of cars that get crushed. So and
Yeah,
then
but
they
here's
just
my
use the
thing.
same
If you're
dirt.
doing that, then you need to sift that dirt because, like they were saying, like, dude, you crash and you fucking shove a metal piece through you.
Yeah,
like, dude,
yeah.
that's fucking.
I guess if Anderson hits his head on a piece of glass or something.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know. So, okay, so we go through free practice. That's interesting, getting to watch the guys kind of try to figure it out. Then we go into Q1. Jet was really off, kind of. I mean, he was fourth place. I didn't freak out. In the press conference, he was talking about, like, he looked up. He's like, ooh, fourth place. Whoa. And they made some changes or whatever. Now, in that first qualifying we saw in 250A, they cart 3 dudes off on that far side, or on that
they also
far side
carted
rhythm section
somebody
after
off
the
in
triple.
250B and 250C
Yeah.
group.
So we were sitting there, and I don't know if you saw this, but then Jet goes over after, like, the second dude goes off, and he goes over the AMA guy. Like, he literally, red flag, gets off his bike, hands it to his mechanic, goes over the AMA guy, and he's
Bitching.
like, fix that.
He is
now,
fucking
like, you can
like
tell.
he is like this close to the guy.
Yelling at him? Or?
Oh,
Bitching
yeah.
at him. I don't know who it was.
Oh,
I didn't get
yeah.
a chance to look at what guy AMA official it was, but he was absolutely bitching. Like he was fucking reaming him a new asshole.
And then,
Like,
and then
was
he
actually
did it.
close
He
to,
did
like,
it after the practice too. Like after the practice, I saw him off his bike again, talking to the official. Now, what happened was between free practice and qualifying 1, Kevin told us they pushed back the third jump in that lane. They pushed it back towards the beginning of the
They
lane.
thought they were going to 3 in.
Yeah, because they were trying to get people to 3 in. Then they didn't tell anybody that they pushed that back. So guys are still going 2-3 like they were in free practice, but obviously it was a lot longer. And on top of that, that jump was super peaky that they were landing on when they were going 2-3, which was causing all of these issues of guys nose picking, going to Indonesia, just
And
clapping
that
the fuck out of
third
it.
face was so fucking soft. You
Yeah.
were G'ing out so fucking hard.
And-
Well, that was the section. So I was like up in the nosebleeds right here. So diagonal at the track. So I had a view right down that lane. Oh my God. It's just, this is later in the night, obviously, after they kind of fixed it and got it worked in. But it blows my mind how those guys land, just lock into a rut.
Oh, yeah.
Land, lock into another one.
I'm
like-
out on that. I'm so far out.
Well, dude, there was one. So, like, we were on the one end of the stadium by the on-off that everybody was going over for pretty much the whole entire day, and then the last 3 practices we moved to the other side to that section. But we sat all the way down
Yeah.
at the bottom, and that was one of the things I was really paying attention to was that rhythm section, but going into that face. And there was a couple times that I don't know. I think it was Marshall Welton, hometown boy, by the way. He was struggling to get over it. Like his suspension, it was just way too soft. He was sitting way too low, so he wasn't getting the lift. He was driving forward, but he kind of like with Kev having the problem, he couldn't go over
Yeah,
the
couldn't do
table.
that
He was
quad,
driving
yeah.
forward, he wasn't getting the pop. And then I watched John Short one time. He faced the shit out of it. A lapper got, or not a lapper, but slower guy got in his way. Then I watched him again. So he did it 2 different ways. First time he dropped in, rolled on before this transition, and he seat bounced it. And that was fine. But he must have got a kick that he wasn't comfortable with. So the next time around, he preloaded off the face. And I watched him just kind of shift his weight to the outside a little bit, and it changed directions. And when the back end came back around, he shot all the way to the right. And I watched him literally go all the way off the side of the bike, and he's just fucking clips the top, bounces into the next face. And I don't think he ever hit it the rest of the practice. And I'm just watching him like
Ferrandis' heat race crash. Did you guys
Yeah.
see that? Catch that?
No,
Watch the
I didn't
broadcast
see
or
it.
anything? It was after the whoops. Went double in. I think triple, like tucked the front wheel in between the transitions, hooked a rut, wheels up like this, yard sales it, ghosts the bike into the other lane.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
No, I didn't see
and then
that.
I guess in the main, it looked like he hurt his wrist or something.
Yeah.
Heard he cased something.
Yeah, Matt Mitchell told me that he cased the double before the whoops or something. which is super weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Small, super small.
I know. Nobody's really seen it. But we were saying, so where we were sitting, so we were at the far end by that Pepsi thing or whatever, second level, first row. So we were pretty much looking right down that rhythm section there.
Coming back at you.
Yeah, and down the whoop lane there. And before the main, I was like, Justin, do you see the landing on that fucking, that double? Like, if you're riding it, the left side was like
was
way
off-angled.
higher than the right. It was almost like, it was like one of those finger jumps they put in at Daytona almost.
It was
super
really
weird.
off-angled.
Like,
The one going into the whoops.
yeah.
Which is why
Probably
you
from
get,
people powering down it, probably.
well,
I don't know.
I think it was just. I think
it was the way they fixed
sculpted
it.
it that
Yeah.
way. I think they sculpted it that way, and I don't know if they like were trying to get people because you get a little bit more lift, so you could drive down the bottom on the right side. So like they were trying to get people to square out because if you notice, most of the day everybody was going to the outside. But then in the 250 main, Pierce Brown actually started turning down early, and he moved to the right side because everybody would go left, and then
I thought Jet was on the right the whole main.
yeah, until the main, but he didn't do it the whole entire day. Like most of the day, everybody was going to the outside, and then like I said, Jet and Pierce. I don't know. That track, though, like I said, not the most overall
It's almost
craziness.
something was technical about it.
but I think the way the dirt was and just
Dirt
the lack
is
of
what a lot of people
transitions
talked about.
The lack of transitions, man, was just that was crazy to me. I mean, I know we're at a day and age where like these guys are doing anything and everything because the bikes are so good and they're just talent levels high. But God, dude, that was sketchy. Like, and we saw it in the mains. Like it
Yeah.
was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talked to Kev. He said he tried that quad because he followed Brayton
I
through
did
it.
see him crash.
Yeah,
Is
that was
what
when
it
he crashed. Yeah, because he said his suspension was too soft and he pushed through. And then, of course, we were watching. We're going to have to talk to him about this. His suspension was too soft going through the whoops, too. We could tell. So, that was a thing. That quad, it was funny because, like, I saw Jet eyeing it up and I was kind of trying to keep an eye on it the rest of the day. And, like, I didn't really notice anything until Kev said between the qualifying and the night show that, like, yeah, a bunch of dudes were doing it. And I was like, that's weird. I guess I didn't see it. But then I remembered we'd sat the last qualifying session on the other side.
Yeah.
So then at night I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, yeah, everybody's fucking doing it.
Well, there was
essentially.
first guy I saw do it, believe it or not, was Webb. But we were
Yeah.
standing in line for like the VIP experience thing or whatever when you walk down there, and we were watching it on the TV, and somebody was like, "Yeah, Webb hit it." And then they had the camera on him, and sure shit, he hit it.
I thought they said, I don't remember if it was
that was
qualifying.
first. That was 450.
I think it was Q1.
That was P1, yeah, Q1 450 because they figured out the quad in that one, and
Yeah.
then in the second one, guys started figuring out to go quad triple into the corner,
Which, by the way,
which is
Eli
super
was,
technical.
Eli
Yeah.
was the only one at the end of the night that was actually threeing out.
Yeah.
into the corner.
Mookie made a lot of passes doing it.
But was he doing every lap though? Because you notice
Yeah.
Eli. Okay, so I must have missed that because
Yeah,
Eli was doing
he
it.
passed Barsha around the outside like he was fucking standing still.
I thought that, like, dude, that was super sketchy to me though. There was like literally no time to get your technique adapted when you drop in that corner. Like that was just, I thought like the first time I saw somebody do it, I was like, oh, that's fast. But you get into a race situation and somebody's in front of you, dude, you have to brake so fucking hard.
Well, in the main, the 450 main, a nice rut developed like mid corner.
Still though,
So
man,
that's how
like-
Mookie made the pass. Like
Yeah.
he landed, locked right into that rut, went around the outside of Barsha like he was just there.
But that's the technical part about it, though, because you got to think about, dude, how hard you're leaning in to not blow the corner. Like,
Oh, dude.
it's so easy to G out and stand the bike up.
Dude, that's I think bike setup right there. I mean, getting the bike to land and stick, and then but the way Tomac was doing it, he was quadding and then sitting into that last three to
Yep.
get a little more pop up. That way he could set up and down.
Still, and the thing, too, is carrying that much momentum, landing, and then leaning in and not having your leg on the peg is like, still, like, we've all seen it's mind blowing because just that much you're off. You're either going to G out and stand the bike up or you're just, you're going down.
Did anybody ever quad that before the Supercross triple over there? I
The on-off?
Yeah, I thought
No.
somebody
I saw Marv like eyeing it up and jumping over it.
I think,
but-
Yeah,
I think it was.
I thought somebody said. I thought I heard him announce that somebody had done it.
Oh, was
during
it the
one of
Fresh Prince?
things.
Did
Yeah,
he? Yeah, he's calling quads out all over the track.
yeah. And I was like, and then I kept watching. I was like, nobody's fucking quadding that.
I think
So
it was a
don't
waste
know.
of time. I think you weren't spending. I think to jump onto the table, you weren't spending enough time in the air. It was just
No.
easier to jump on and go off.
Other thing, did either of you see it? I don't remember. Maybe it was qualifying one, and I don't remember if it was 250B or 250A. It was the number. I think it was number 76. He had
Devin
like,
Simonson.
Yeah. Anybody see him jump off the right side of the fucking finish line and almost take the flagger out?
No, but I heard you talking about that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he did, but he literally jumped because I was watching and everybody was jumping way outside on the landing, but he like jumped practically missed the fucking landing on the right side, and the flagger was standing right there for some reason.
Dig dug?
Dude, no, it was a regular flagger. It wasn't even a dig dug. And dude, he about fucking took this guy out. And I'm like, holy shit.
I think the only other crazy thing that I saw, and once again, just dual options, was the Dragon's back before, and it wasn't even a true 353. I don't even know what the measurements were, but it wasn't a 353. Everybody doubling off of that, or jumping in and then going 3 over and then over, or like I was telling the Kev, like I think it's just easier to blitz and then drive off the top. I watched some dude try to blitz off of it, but I think he just got loose and whiskey throttled. He like landed on the top of the 5. Like, he launched in, which is crazy because there was no face there, so I don't know how he got the lift. But he just, like, held it. It was in, like, 250B group. I don't know who it was. It was some dude that I'd never seen before.
Really?
But he, like, launched off of it, and I think he just fucking panicked. And like I said, he went in, and I watched the tail end of it, and all of a sudden I'm seeing front wheel high, and I'm like, is he actually, like, trying to go over? Because there's no fucking way. And I just see him bounce. I'm like, oh, that's...
skimmed off the top a little too
Yeah,
hard.
dude, he, like, jumped off the top, but he didn't, like... plant the bike coming off the top. He like was front wheel high coming off of it, and he just launched into the face of the 5. And I'm like, there's no way he thought he was going to get over that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I thought maybe like the skimming off the top was a little faster.
Yeah, because you drive forward.
Yeah, but obviously it was different because those guys are going back and doing the dartfish and laying it over and stuff. Every single guy that was somebody was going out, over, and 3 in.
But like, and I once again watching Pierce a lot, like in the main and even in the heat race. Yes, it was faster. And Kev, when we talked about this with him, it was faster to go over because you're carrying so much momentum into that corner instead of kind of rolling off to double out. But, dude, it was so much more inconsistent because I watched Pierce so many times to go over that 353 and having no lift. Like, he would clip the top of it and kind of bounce into the corner. And I don't know. That's just one of those things that goes back. That was so much technical because you would think and look at that, you go, oh, these guys can figure this out, no problem. But they had to think about it throughout the main. Which one is going to be easier? And I don't know. It's just... Maybe it's because we were there in person, but that was the first track in a while where I saw, at least this year, I saw these guys were using their brain the whole entire time. There's no way they were just reacting.
I really liked the corner going back onto the start straight.
Oh, the dual option?
I thought that was great.
Oh, yeah. Pierce Brown
and
struggled with that a lot, too, because he kept rolling down the side of the single.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then guys were making moves around the outside. Guys
Eli was
I was gonna
fucking
say,
bombing that outside.
That was
Eli
like
was.
as perfect as you could hope a
split section
would be because there was enough lift and enough pop off that inside single coming out that it slowed those guys down, that then the outside guys would catch up, and it worked.
Yep.
So,
No, I'm a big fan of that.
I thought it was, for being as short as the track was, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought
I mean,
it was okay.
it claimed a lot of people, but it was technical, man.
Yeah.
Like, you normally don't see these guys really having to use their brain. It's just all kind of muscle memory.
Yeah,
But
I think it was all the... I guess I wouldn't say the rhythms were too technical and too hard. It was just all the shit that came with it.
Oh, yeah. It was good, though.
all right, let's get into this race stuff here a little bit. We got about 45 minutes, and we're going to have Meshey on here for a quick one before we get Kev on.
Ooh, a little quickie with Meshey.
All right, so we'll start with
with
250. So Jet Lawrence, perfect day. I was telling Justin yesterday, what are the chances you think that he wins every single one the rest of the way out?
I said the East-West shootout will be his biggest test.
Those will be his biggest test, but man, dude.
I can see him doing something stupid, and Pierce Brown's in a good position, or Cameron McAdoo. Like,
I as much as I would like to say Pierce, and we'll talk about him in a second, like why I think he's not there just yet, I still think that the East-West shootout will be his biggest test. And who knows, maybe he goes out and smacks around Craig and all those dudes, but I think Craig is going to give him everything he can handle. I don't know who wins, but I think that'll be his biggest test. And there's no reason why he shouldn't win out at his coast.
I mean, it's going to be a good battle, but anybody who says that Craig's whoop speed is just head and shoulders above Jet's, you're fucking crazy. You haven't
think
seen,
he's
you
just
haven't
there's
seen
a
it in
little bit
person.
there.
I think he's just more consistent with it. I
Maybe.
think Jet because he
Jet
just
was
well, you know
fucking
who
good
had
in
more
the whoops
speed than
yesterday.
McAdoo, or you know who had more speed than Jet through the whoops at times was McAdoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with that to an extent. Like,
But
when
you
they're
want
at
to talk
their
about
best.
consistency? McAdoo's way worse in
Oh, yeah.
consistency through the whoops than
Pierce Brown, though, once again, I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm on a Pierce Brown high right
You
now.
are.
but
You
I
were.
can't-
been
You
since
were, but
yesterday.
we all gave you shit for him for being in the brown all the time, so you
But-
backed off.
Yeah.
But last night, though, like that's the
guy that they
Yes.
see.
I agree with you though. I think it's super closer than people would like to admit.
Yeah.
But I just think with Christian because he just, and it's crazy too because
Pop it.
it's crazy
Thank
too
you.
because Jet being as naturally talented as it is, so it kind of like contradicts what we talk about him. But Christian, his technique I think is just more effortless in the whoops. If that if that's the best way to analyze it. Yep. Whereas with Jet, you're like, oh yeah, like he can bomb these whoops. But there were quite a few times yesterday, at least in practice, where he got a little bit loose and he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to shut it down.
Yeah, I almost feel like the whoops are like more natural to Craig, whereas like Jet at the practice track, like his dad's out there telling him to hit him for 30 minutes straight.
Which
whereas
he's
Craig
definitely
just rips through him.
And maybe that's going to be the separator when they race. If they're as close as I don't know if we would like to think, maybe it's more hoping because we want to see a good race. That's going to be the separator. It's going to be the whoops. Is if who is ever better in the whoops? Because if they really are that close, it's who's ever going to be the fastest in the whoops. Now, I really hope that because it's going to be Atlanta Motor Speedway that they actually build the whoops gnarly instead of making them more like rollers. But they were,
If that's the case, then there's a set of whoops like there were last year. Like that's Craig's race.
and that's what I mean. Like, how crazy is it going to be that if that is the separator, that Christian or Jet is just better than the other one in the whoops, and that's the half a second that they need to win.
Here's my thing. I think East Coast races, none of these dudes are touching Jet. Okay,
No,
he's just on it. Barring Jet having a meltdown, somewhat like he did in Dallas, as he said, old Jet. I don't see any of these guys touching him in East Coast. Like this is pretty much him. And as long as he doesn't get stupid, same thing with Craig. And one of them is way better than the other at these East West races, and then they're trying to swing their big dick around and show that they're so much better and hit the deck. Both those guys should win these titles.
Yeah, for sure.
Because to me, it's just like, I mean, Jet is the same as Craig is on the other coast. Like, there's just nobody close to him. Nobody in his league.
Jet was a little bit more, he had more pressure last night than I thought he was going to. And once again, it's a being there in person. We talk about when we watch on TV, and this was different than Minneapolis. Like, he was flawless. He had more in the tank. I understand he won by what he did last night, but I don't think any of us will sit up here and deny it that he wasn't just hanging back in that main. Like,
Well, in this
at
too,
the end of it, maybe. At the end of it, maybe.
Yeah, but here's what where a little bit of maturity came out. Yes, I shit on him last week about going on the the white flag.
But
and
it was
maturity,
deserved
blah
so.
blah blah.
It was deserved so.
But he got through the lappers really well.
Except that one time, though, that he made a bonehead mistake, went to the inside, and he had to check up on the finish.
Yeah.
But he didn't melt down.
No.
Pierce
He
got
didn't.
right to his back end, and he still pulled it back out.
Exactly. But once again, like at the end of the main, he won by what he did, and he pulled it out then. But like I said, Pierce was keeping him honest, and I looked over at him and I go, Jet's probably going to win this main, but I looked over and said, I'm going, if he makes one mistake, Pierce is going to be there to capitalize. Now, who would have known what would have happened after that? But maybe you guys saw something different. That whole entire 8 minutes of that first main, I'm going, Jet is not just settling in. Like, he is pushing it.
Yeah.
Which was refreshing to see because of what we saw in Minneapolis, that he just, once he got around Fortner, he just went into cruise control.
Yeah, I still think though there like I said, more in the tank because like little things that I noticed and watched, like him watching the clock, managing the clock.
But how much more in the tank do you think he had though?
Enough.
Because I think he was pushing more last night than he was in Minneapolis.
I would agree.
But I mean, look, when Pierce Brown kind of got to the back of him or whatever with the lappers and stuff, he pulled right the fuck back away.
For sure. And also, though, Pierce
blew his load a little early.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell he tried doing.
And he tried running in way too deep, and he couldn't arc that corner.
So here's a funny one, because you guys haven't listened to the press conference yet. So they asked Jet about that. Jet goes, this guy scared the shit out of me because most of the time when guys come up to pass you, they rev at you. He goes, this guy comes in, I didn't even hear him. And he goes, and then I go to turn the corner, and I look down, and next thing Pierce is right there. And I'm like, oh, damn, where'd you come from? He's like, and I can't even speak English now, but something happened in my pants. And
Jesus.
It was hilarious. But yeah, he basically was saying, like, it was funny because, like, most people, you know, just hit the limiter and, like, oh, scary out of the way. And, like, Pierce just came in super quiet and just next thing was right there. But I do agree with you guys. And we can move to Pierce a little bit here.
Yeah,
great,
right on.
Great night. Third place. Blew his load a little
He went
early,
into the
in my
red too
opinion.
early.
Yeah,
I mean, we
trying to
forget
get
how
Jet.
young he is.
Yeah.
Like when they
Like
put
we talk about
19
Jet.
on the board, like
We
he's
talk
same
about
age as
Jet.
Jet.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
And
Well, no,
Styles,
I think Jet's only 18 right now.
Jet might be 18. Yeah, he's 18, but
Jet's
still
18,
like,
yeah.
But Pierce first pro race at WW, he was 16. Same thing about Styles. Styles is only 19.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we forget how young these dudes are. But yeah, Pierce just went into the red too early, and I think when he tried throwing it in on Jet, lost a lot of time because of how hard he had to pivot out of that corner.
and then had to deal with
And he just,
McAdoo.
he couldn't
Yeah.
bring it back. I think if he never would have done that, I know that McAdoo was closing on him. I think Pierce would have ended up second last night. Yeah. And a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, whatever. That was still a great night for him. He showed his speed, showed that he can do this for at least 8 to 10 minutes of the main. Just need a little bit more, calm down. But yeah, that was the first thing I thought. I was like, he threw it into the red way too early, and he just gassed out. But he even like mounted a little bit of a comeback, and I'm
Yeah.
like sitting there going, oh, okay. Took a little couple laps to calm down, and then by the time we got to, I don't know, minute 13, you could tell he was like,
Yeah, I think I texted your chat. I was like, this, or our chat that we got. And
Yeah.
I was just like, it's going to be interesting to see what Brown does.
he's pretty far back of McAdoo in the points in second, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm not talking about
he
Jet
had
anymore.
a bad round at the Triple Crown and all that deal. So.
Yeah.
I think that McAdoo, and once again, I feel bad for taking things away from McAdoo. We know he's dealing with that knee injury, even though you said that it wasn't as bad as everybody thought.
He keeps saying he's fine.
Okay, so if he's fine-
he rode all like he got it worked on a little bit. He rode all week. He said he was just fine. He said it multiple times yesterday.
All right, then if he's fine. I know McAdoo, he's only 8 points back. Anything can happen, but we kind of think Jet's going to win. I think McAdoo needs to be more worried about Pierce beating him every weekend than he does. His eyes is Jet, the championship, obviously, but I think for him,
But
he
he's
needs
just
to,
a touch off speed, man. Like
with Jet.
yeah, he's not Jet's level.
McAdoo or Pierce?
McAdoo
And that's what I-
Pierce.
and-
I think
and that's what I
they're
mean.
about the same level.
I know, yeah.
Speed, top end speed wise, and I think it's a touch off. They're not far, but it's a touch off.
And that's what I mean, though. I think that I know in his mind he wants to win this championship, but I think he needs to be more worried about Pierce beating him than him beating Jet. Because Pierce, he's got to be looking at it going, dude, if this kid, this is what he's like when he doesn't crash, he's going to be a fucking handful.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's just I'm overly hyped on Pierce right now, and hopefully, I swear to God, it's going to suck if he goes back to what he's been next weekend. But I
mean, he's pretty Mosiman-ish.
yeah,
I think he's faster.
I think
than
it's a
Mosman.
gas thing.
I think he's faster than Mosman top end speed.
maybe I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I mean, we're going to find out.
yeah.
You know who Gas has in the pipe?
Who?
Got the sickest name in all of motocross.
Oh, boy.
985s right now.
Who?
Tiger Wood.
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, and you're from Florida, too. That's what's funny.
He rips, too. Gas kid. Tiger Wood.
Interesting.
Yeah, he cleaned up at Minios. I know what you're talking
Interesting.
about.
But yeah, so McAdoo gets second there, and we can just touch on him. We've already kind of been talking about him. Like I said, I think his speed's just a touch off. He looks good. I think he's matured. I don't see as much of the whackers in him as we used to. But it's,
I was impressed with him in the whoops, man. I don't
He
know
said a
why.
start-
I don't know why I thought he was like shitty in the whoops, but man, I was impressed.
Like he said on
Yeah.
the podium, he said, "Dude, I can't get a fifth place start. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't lose touch with Jet."
yeah, he's setting him out too much before he gets into second to try to rip at him.
I mean,
so.
I was watching them, and if they were marking each other, they were at the same spot on almost
yeah.
the whole race.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a little bit of a confidence booster, I think, for Cameron to know,
Yeah.
hey, I got a shitty start, but for the first, 3/4 of that main, when I looked over going off the triple, he was in the same spot.
Yeah. So
I mean, he rode good. I mean, so the rest of the East Coast rounds, so Indy, Foxborough, Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta, who knows?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. We're all going to tracks that this dirt's going to be pretty much, it's going to be soft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he's a touch off on speed, and we saw that Pierce can keep Jet within eyeing distance, second, 1.8, whatever. If McAdoo feels like that's all he needs is just to stay with him at the beginning of the race and not let Jet build all this confidence through the main, like, hey, this is fucking easy and I can just go into protect mode, then I fully believe him. Now, whether that's true, but if he can get a start, and if Pierce can keep Jet that close, whether Jet was pushing the whole entire time, that's another thing, then McAdoo can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So if McAdoo thinks the only thing he needs to clean up is his starts, I mean, we know he can win races.
Maybe.
So
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
We'll see. I don't expect him to beat Jet, but we know with these guys it's a confidence thing. And if
Yeah.
in his mind he thinks that all he needs is a start, then who knows what happens if he gets a start? Because his starts, other than the second and third race in Arlington, haven't really been the great this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll find out.
All right, moving on. Fourth place, RJ Hampshire. I mean, dude.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I guess him and Styles were having an insane battle in the main, and I didn't see any of it.
Is
I didn't know
RJ a guy that never gets a 450 ride?
No, I think he gets a 450 ride. It just depends on how good the
don't know,
450
man.
ride will be.
I don't think so.
I think he needs. So I will go on the Chris Cooksey rant here. I think he needs someone in his corner that when he crashes the way he did in where the fuck were we, Dallas there, that they go, okay, cool, you need to sit down for a week or two because this
Popped
fucking
his dome
guy,
too many times.
He's popped his dome too many times. As Cooksey said, he looked okay the first round. You get to the second round, he has this crash, and now all of a sudden it's fucking right back to he can't stay off the fucking ground,
You know, the craziest thing about him, though, is
which is probably because he's fucking foggy. So
I watched him a lot his final 2 years as an amateur when he was with Geico through the amateur situation, and he wasn't a guy that actually crashed that often. Like, he actually almost never crashed as
So-
an
Yeah.
amateur.
Here's something. This is real deep thought, and I want to get you guys' opinion on this and tell me if I'm high or crazy or whatever the fuck it is.
don't worry, we will.
Yeah. So guys like that seem to hit the ground a lot. Hampshire. Can we put Sexton in that category? Tucking the front wheel on the whoops, like doing weird stuff.
I mean,
Last night wasn't his fault. Webb
guys
took
that have
credit
been
for
prone
it.
to crashing a lot.
Yeah.
Is it a vision thing?
What do you mean?
Like contacts, glasses. Are these guys have shitty vision where they can't see out in front of them far enough?
I
Like,
don't know. Does RJ have glasses?
no.
no, I'm saying, but or maybe his contacts suck, or maybe he doesn't have contacts. Like, is it a vision thing? Maybe.
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
does that
could be.
sound crazy?
No.
no, it doesn't sound
Because
crazy at
I was
all.
thinking about it like Emily, right? Like I have great vision, so I can see out in front of me, and I'm like, see that pothole up there? Like when we're driving, like bitching at the old lady when you're driving.
Yeah.
That pothole up there, you should see that before you even get to it instead of swerving out of the way at the last minute.
Yeah.
Is it the same way for a moto guy that, like, I mean, she has contacts in the same way and still can't see shit?
It's got to be because you're going through a rhythm section, and even though it shouldn't be the one thing you're focused on, if you're leaving, say you're leaving the first face of a jump in a rhythm section, you should already have in your brain looking down at the end of the next section, like this is where I'm going to plant
But
the
what
bike.
if it's a little blurry? You can't see.
And
it,
that's what I mean,
Yeah.
though. Like, that's why I'm going off of your train of thought. Like, you could be right, because even though you shouldn't be totally focused on that, because that's the one thing you're honing in on instead of processing everything else, you need to have in your mind, like, hey, this is where I'm going to go, and if this section looks blown out, then I need to change course instead of, oh, at the last second, I got to process all of this, and my brain goes on to overload.
Yeah.
Right.
But I
So-
mean,
think of it. There have been a lot of guys that have been like that through the ranks. you know?
Cooksey,
I wish that
Cooksey
was
thinks
Stu's
that
problem.
Cooksey thinks that RJ's problem is all brain fog due to head injuries.
but here's the thing, though.
And, like,
has he been
But
diagnosed
he's
with a lot of
always been
concussions?
like this, though. I feel like ever since he got on
He
the
has
Geico
been,
Honda.
but did he have a lot of concussions before? I don't know. So
I still think, and I even mentioned this after the Arlington thing, gravity in time has not been RJ's friend, because I go back to that WW crash where I thought he died.
Yeah.
Swear to God, I'm not like over exaggerating. I thought that he died.
Rhythm where he almost did die.
You remember
like-
what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
I thought he died. Like, swear to God, like for a second there, part of me was thinking I literally just watched RJ Hampshire die. And I know that people will laugh like you just did, and I'm kind of like joking around, but like part of me for a split
Oh no,
second,
I get it. I thought he was dead at Dallas.
yeah, for a part of me for a split second when I watched him hit the ground and not get up right away, I'm like, he's dead. Like, you don't fall out of the sky like that. I know everybody likes to talk about Chad, but RJ's crash was 10 times different. It was way worse. You don't get up from shit like that.
Yeah.
And I totally, if that's what Chris is saying, and we've all said this with enough people, like, these guys need to have more people in their corner that actually give a shit about them after motocross.
Yeah.
And they don't. And I'm not going on a rant with that, but it's true. These dudes, and we'll get to this in the 450s. I hope Sexton sits out. I know that
He's
I
not
hope
going to.
Anderson sits out.
He's not going to. We'll get to that though.
Anderson needs to.
Yeah, he's not going to either.
I want to get into that with Anderson too,
We will.
because that's
Okay.
fucking scary.
yeah.
Let's
No,
move-
I didn't notice that. Like, I didn't
I
notice.
didn't notice him either. So, all right. Jordan Smith.
Hang on. So am I high on that, or you guys
No,
think
no,
there's
no,
something
you're
there?
totally- I think you're totally
You
right.
guys ever thought of that before?
I think there's
No.
legitimacy to it. Now, whether or not these guys, we'll never know.
We'll never
'cause We're not gonna.
It's not something
see
you
their
would-
medical records, but
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's ever been brought up on any of the show. I mean, no, you listen to a lot more stuff.
I
than
haven't
do.
heard
Probably
anything
not.
really talking about
Because
something like
let's
that.
be honest,
So
nobody probably gives a shit.
nobody thinks that far into
I think
it,
you're right,
so-
though. I
but
mean,
yeah.
I've never thought of that. I think that there is something to that, Cole. I don't think you're high. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So Jordan Smith had a very Jordan Smith night, and we can get into this right now. Okay. So
No, before we get into Jordan Smith, can we get into Jarrett Fry?
that's where we're going
Oh,
with this.
okay.
That's where we're going with this.
Wow, Justin.
So literally, we're sitting there, and I'm getting a video clip of Jarrett Fry every time he's on the track, right? And Justin's just laughing at me. And then we get to the fucking heat race.
Did you get it?
I did. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But I think it happened, and then I clicked the phone up, and we did like a selfie video for the story of it. Like, I have to post all these because like I wasn't wasting my battery yesterday. But anyway, and I'm just like, so Justin literally calls Jarrett Fry dying in the main event, and it didn't even take to the main event, and he crashed into his fucking teammate in the heat. Like, just absolutely Jarrett Fry and Jordan Smith to a T. Cannot stay off the fucking
And like
ground.
I gotta feel bad for some reason I feel bad for Jarrett Fry.
I
Like,
do, because I actually like Jarrett Fry. It's just, man.
I don't know anything about him, but like obviously you're a damn good rider to have Star even look at you,
Yeah.
and then to see it go this way is
which this is like
Crazy.
It's crazy too. The last thing I'll say about Jarrett, because obviously outside of this, there's no reason to talk about him because he didn't even make the main.
besides you just shitting all over his chest.
And was I right though? I mean, he make it as far as
Oh
the
yeah,
main,
get the
but
toilet paper out.
yeah,
it's there.
it's crazy to look at though, and we talked about this 2 weeks ago. It's crazy to look at though the difference between his Supercross results and his outdoor results. Because outdoors, he's like a 7 to 12 guy, and he's been near the top 5 before. And Supercross, he has literally done nothing.
Yep.
That is insane to me. The disparity between his results indoors now is insane.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe he
God,
just,
it was hilarious. We were laughing so hard during the heat race.
when I looked up and I go, "You're fucking,"
and then he
shitting
crashed
me.
in the LCQ too, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he got a terrible
I
start.
don't know what happened in the LCQ.
He got a terrible start. Rode around for like 2 laps doing
No, I
nothing.
think he crashed.
And
'cause
then
you
no,
looked
he
at
did.
me.
He crashed.
Yeah,
again.
I would say you looked at me. You were like, and in the LCQ, and now he's in dead last. And I'm just like,
Oh,
Jesus
that's
Christ,
terrible.
fucking terrible.
But Jordan Smith,
Jordan Smith, 5th place, like whatever.
I mean,
Did
at
he hit
least
the
it-
deck in the main. Do we remember?
he did crash, but I don't think it was that bad. I think he just kind of tipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tipped over in the right hander before the whoops.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not what
Oh,
he
yeah, I
should be
remember that
doing,
now.
but I mean, at least
Yeah.
he's what this is. He got 6th last weekend, right?
Maybe.
So 6th, 5th. I mean, not bad. Jordan Smith. I think he got 6th last weekend, right? I mean, if he's getting 5th and 6th, I mean,
Whatever. Yeah, for him that's great.
yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, he got 6th. He's actually gone 13-5-6-5.
He ended
Okay,
up winning
so-
the LCQ, right? He was an LCQ.
yeah.
winner,
Okay, so actually, you know what? I will give him a little bit of credit. That's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, even though he crashed, so it's kind of a Jordan Smith thing to do. At least he got up and finished the race, and like for him, at this point, 5th is not bad.
No.
Yeah, and he's another guy, man. Like it's in there.
He was looking frisky in practice because he
It's
was
in there.
He was like third on the board for a good, I don't know, 4 minutes in that second
Yeah.
in P2 or Q2.
I think maybe his vision's an issue.
Maybe. Who knows?
Jordan's issue is he's at MTF.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right, let's keep moving on here. So Mitchell Oldenburg, 6th place. That's all right for Mitchell. He was a little disappointed in himself when I
Yeah.
heard his post-race interview, but
Should be.
Dude, hell of a
whatever.
night for Moto Concepts, though.
Yeah. Phil, 7th. Good finish for Phil, in
Dude,
my
hell of a
opinion.
ride in the heat race.
Yep.
Down in the first corner all the way in.
Yeah, didn't he just make it in? Didn't he get?
Yeah,
ninth?
yeah. And he's my low-key good whoop rider.
Yeah.
He looked pretty damn good in the
He's
whoop.
got that super good veteran savvy here. in
He just knows how to finish
Supercross
races
now.
at this point in his career.
Yeah. So Styles Robertson, great starts, then goes backwards, but I think that's a fact of just coming into a season with not having much time on the bike.
I think he's hurt again, too, or something.
Is he?
Wasn't he saying he couldn't ride? Or,
I don't know.
I don't know.
yeah, which, I'm telling you, man, it's the next... There's going to be a Pierce Brown versus Styles Robertson championship battle. It's
There
coming.
could be.
At some point.
Enzo Lopes, weird night for Enzo.
Rough night.
Crashed in
Jesus.
the heat, and I guess what happened is the rubber part on the brake, the
brake
front
lever?
brake lever,
Yeah.
got stuck in there somehow, and he could not get it out, and that was why he could not ride because he started,
okay.
and that was the problem.
Well, I was really worried about that because, like, after going down the tunnel, like in
Yeah.
that track, that's a fucking hike. Let alone for a bike that won't go up it. How are you going to drag that thing up the tunnel?
Yeah.
Down the street,
Yeah.
around the parking garage, and then into their semi? Like, how are they going to get this thing fixed?
Well, needless to say, he said his bike showed up for the main about 2 minutes before the site lap. So he was sweating it. So it was just like an off night for him. So he wasn't happy because in his mind, from what he said in his post race interview, he is, should be fighting for top 5. So to get
He had to work on that LCQ too. His
ninth,
start,
yeah.
his start was
Yeah.
terrible.
yeah, so
I mean, he made it in easily because he got second, and he didn't catch Jordan, but
Yeah.
he had to work on that LCQ. Like there was a moment I was sitting there going, he might not make it in.
If I'm Enzo, though, I'm holding my head high still. Like, you faced a lot of adversity, and you
Yeah,
still
and
came
made
out
it
in the top
happen.
10.
Still
So-
top 5. Still 5th in points, right? I think he's still 5th in points.
I think so.
Yeah, not bad.
Varizi 10th. This is more
Yep,
where
I
we
picked him.
saw Varizi, in my opinion.
Well, it's where he should be with that bike that he's
with
on.
that bike he's got.
I think Barks.
Derek Drake 11th. Okay,
Kind of where he's been all year.
Chiz on the Star
Ooh, good thing I
Yamaha
saved him.
12th. He was pissed. He was fucking pissed when he came off. Pissed at himself, I think, and pissed at the way the race went. Not pissed at the bike so much, but again, only had a couple days on the bike, so not a lot of testing
His
time.
speed is obviously there, but
Yeah.
I think that he's getting the reality check, and this is not a diss on Chiz. We all love Chiz. Great guy. And I would continue to pick him whenever I get a chance to on fantasy.
Are you going to... He looked a little tired out there?
No,
Well,
no way.
no.
He looked tired, I thought.
To me,
No.
no. What I was going to get as his speed, his top end speed is good because he was close to the top 5 all day in practice.
Yeah.
I think he's realizing the difference of 250 main, these kids going brrr, wide the fuck open
That was
the whole
one thing
time.
he said in his post race.
Whereas in the 450, there's a feeling out process, and in the 250s, these kids are still WFO, and half of them can't hold a line.
Yeah, well, and he crashed
That's what he
twice.
said.
No, I think
He did talk about that in his
Okay.
post race about the guys just going fucking everywhere.
And I think
I
to
have to
him,
listen to it. That's probably
he hasn't-
really
Yeah.
See, that's why I love it. Like, put an old guy in the 250 class. Like, I think the perspective, like,
but he was also pissed that he crashed twice.
But he also,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the thing though,
So-
and we were talking about this in practice. He hasn't had to deal with this since I think the last time he was on a 250 was when it was still Canada Cowie.
No, he was on there fucking 2 or 3 years ago with MCR or something like that
The whole season?
for Supercross.
he did a Rock River 250F, didn't he?
I think that was a long time ago though.
So
Look up the last time Chiz was in the 250 class.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
It's been a
Well,
long
if that's the case,
because
then it
you got to
wasn't great.
think, dude. He was on a San Manuel Yamaha with Reed back in 08.
Yeah, and he was on. I'm pretty sure he was on Canada Cowie the year before that when it was him, Tommy Hahn, and Bobby Canary.
It's been a long time.
it was 2018. He rode 250 West.
But did he ride the whole season?
Yeah,
Okay.
What bike does it say?
it says YZ 250F.
What the fuck team was that? 5150.
No,
Might have been 50.
He
No.
rode for 5150.
It was JGR.
No.
JGR 2018.
All right, now Google a photo of Kyle
that
Chisholm
can't be because
2018.
JGR was on.
Look, I'll go back and
Suzuki's.
look this up. We got
Okay,
keep moving
well,
through this stuff.
I think it's 5150.
Yeah, I think it might be too. I think it might be right. Anyways, well, either way, that's still been a while since he's been in the 250 class, and that's
Call him
just,
I was just thinking about texting him. I'm like, I'm not quite on that level with
Yeah,
Chiz.
yeah.
So, all right, John Short 13th. Okay, ride for John Short. Jace Owen 14th. I'm sure he wasn't happy with that.
Qualified well. Jason Owen did.
Yeah.
look good in the heat race too.
Henry
race
Miller
next week.
15th. Henry Miller's becoming a main event guy here. That's interesting.
It's kind of always been a
Closet
main-
good.
Yeah.
Jeremy Hand 16th.
Picked him.
Good.
Here's a fun one. Josh Cartwright.
Picked
Whole
him.
shot's the fucking main.
Yeah, picked him.
Hey, and can you stop,
Just
please?
fucking send
Like,
it.
can we just wait till Thursday before we get into this
Yeah.
conversation? Listen,
Hey
bud.
man, I'm on a high, man. I finally got it. I finally in it.
Listen, yeah, you actually made up a lot of points on both of us.
yeah, that's all it takes.
Josh Cartwright though we need to give this dude credit because he's working a full-time fucking job.
That was impressive. That whole
It's a
shot
super
last
remote
night.
job though.
Yeah, but still, it's an important job though.
As long as you got Wi-Fi, you can do that job.
But I'm saying it's an important job. It's a job that's like you can't just like, oh, I'm gonna just.
It's
whatever.
IT, right?
Yeah, but he's an analytics guy.
That's what that Kale dude does. So the local guy.
Yeah. So it's still though it's an impressive because it's not like oh I'm fucking riding all the time and I'm doing this and doing that. I just want to give Josh Cartwright credit because he's been doing this, especially through the college thing. We all know this is not easy without doing that. So good for him. So yeah, but he did hit the fade button real quick.
That's fine. 52 points, baby.
Shut the fuck up.
Michigan local Marshall Welton, good ride back to 18th because he was down or
Yeah,
something in the
back,
first
yeah.
corner or something. Rode
can't-
back. I had him in fantasy, so that's why I was
Am I-
following him. And I
am
was
I-
like, shit, here we are, last place.
Am I expecting too much? But I kind of feel like he should be a top 15 guy. And I'm
I
not
don't
trying to
know.
shit on
I'm
Marshall.
not.
I don't know what his program
When
is.
has he ever focused on Supercross? Never.
No,
He's a Canadian outdoor guy trying to win that
I
title.
understand that, but like, dude, he was pretty good. He was good in Minneapolis. He was good in Arlington, Daytona. Obviously, the weird thing, the one race that I thought he would kill it, he didn't even make the main. I guess I feel because you and me both know how good Marshall Welton is. I feel like he should be a top 15 guy. But once again, I'm not trying to be hard on him. I think it's great he's even making the mains. Maybe expecting too much.
I don't know.
That's all I have to say.
I don't know the program really, so like whatever. He's in the main, and
So I saw Osby wasn't there. I know he's hurt.
No,
or
no, no,
dealing
no,
with
no.
something.
Oh,
no,
boy,
no, no.
here we go.
Oh, Phoenix dropped his ass the day before on Friday. Dropped him. Done. Released him.
Said, hey, you're not making mains. Get out of here.
Yeah, and then you know what? And I'm not.
Well, how do you know this? Where did you see this?
Oh, dude, it was so I don't remember. It was on Racer X or one of the websites, but I saw on some social media thing. I don't know what. 'cause I
Ooh,
don't-
he's got to be salty.
So
I
I'm
know
not
some
gonna say
people
that-
in that circle. I'll have.
I'm not
going to
say anything about
Yeah.
Josh because I know that that's you. You and Josh are buddies. I'm not really good friends with Josh, but I've known him for a long time. But all I will say is his reasoning or Phoenix's reasoning, I think, is bullshit. And that's all I'll say. But yeah, he got dropped because I said this to him. When
I'll have to look into it because I was wanted to pick him for fantasy
see
Indy
if he
home
wants
race.
to come on and talk about
They're
it.
saying
He wants to come on and talk about it.
Yeah, see if he does.
they're saying injuries was related. They didn't really say anything else.
I knew he was hurt. They talked about it on the broadcast.
But yeah, they dropped him Friday.
right
Interesting.
before the race. They
Yeah,
say.
Friday. This is like a Logan Carnell thing.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't that bad. I hope it was more professional than that.
I really hope so too. I would definitely say get a hold of him or try to find out because like if that's the case, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and see if he wants to come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
This
Not
is the place.
vent, not like go on a rant, but like just to get some
Oh, no, we
clarity.
can go on a rant.
Well, just to get some clarity,
We can rant
like
all
because
day long.
I like Josh. I don't know him like you do. I just know of him. 'Cause
I've hung out with him and stuff. Like I said, I don't know him super well, but
Super
I know
fucking-
a lot of people in his circle. And like, if I see him somewhere, like,
super talented fucking dude. When I watch him
Yeah.
ride, he is a kid with really, really good technique.
I'll have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know some guys.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's keep moving here. So Cullen Park, 19th, rough day for him. Hardy Munoz made the main, 20th.
Wow, no more Lee at yard sales.
Colin Park though, 5th in the heat race.
Yeah,
can
that
we
was
talk
impressive.
about that? Was good.
Yeah, it was a good
when
ride.
when I didn't even notice that you said it, I was like, no way.
And then he crashed in the main, I think in the
Yeah.
corner after the
Still
whoops.
young though.
Devin Simonson, 21st, and Michael Hicks, 22nd.
Michael Hicks out of Arena Cross, man.
Yeah, can I just say it was awesome to see that he had a jersey that actually matched the number that was on his bike. Good job.
What are you talking about?
I've been watching the Arena Cross series because it's been on TV, so it's been recorded.
Oh,
I've
he's
been
running the
slowly
number
watching.
one plate and running a 460 on the back.
No, he's like running number 3 on the back, and he's got the number. No, I don't even know what the fuck. All I know is his numbers on his bike are different than the numbers on his jersey, and I'm like,
Wait,
Well, that's how professional Arena Cross is now.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
It's fucking
you know what
wild.
you know what I just realized that you just ran through, and this is once again the hard part of being at the races and not being able to see everything and seeing some things that other people can't. Kyle Peters didn't make the main.
Kyle Peters didn't even show up.
He wasn't there. I thought he was in practice.
He was in practice and then just didn't even line up because
Jesus.
Rusty Nuts picked him for fantasy.
that's awesome.
Wow. Whoa,
That's
that Phoenix
awesome.
team is not.
Something's going on over there.
Yeah, okay, so that's
So
Josh.
if he's hurt, they dropping him.
Cody Schock is out. He's hurt. Kyle, whatever's going on with him, so that leaves Cullen Park. That team is going backwards real fucking
Are
quick.
they going to drop them all? Clip them? Clippy.
Clippy.
You
Might.
guys are all hurt. Get walking.
Oh, dude, that's an unfortunate thing.
So I hope Josh, well, you know where I see Josh now?
who?
Osby,
What about him?
Club Yamaha. I think they can make some room.
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it should. I mean, he fucking stays there.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll like get a salary or anything, but he'll get some help.
That team, this is the last thing I'll say on the 250 before we go to 450s. That is super shitty considering how much hype was around this team going into this year with how well like
Their
things-
bikes are sick.
they
The Phoenix
and
bikes?
they're
Oh, yeah.
The gold wheels are different. I like it.
and
I like it.
they are throaty. Those bikes,
Yeah.
whoever's doing their motors, I don't know who it is, but they're doing a very good job. Not really the season that I think any of them expected. To
Really
have.
makes
makes me want to get a
Hey.
Honda and put the gold wheels on again.
Motu Oil sponsored.
Oh boy. All right, let's move on to 450s here. Lots to talk about here. But we are going to have to kind of like move through this because we got
Oh, there's a lot to talk about.
Do you want to
here,
wait
though.
until after we get on Meshey and Kev?
There's a lot to talk about here.
Because we got a lot to talk about.
let me
Say, hey, I know this is short notice, but kick this back about 30 minutes.
Or we can just wait until we're done with those interviews. I mean, it's only 7:16.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that Scott's going to be real quick, and like Kev, like I feel like his
Scotty too hottie.
I feel like Kev's interview is going to be not the longest we've done because even though he made the main and did,
What's Scott going on? Is he Moto Punk's guy?
I have no idea.
No, but he knows it. Moto Punks is. Yeah, I'm sure.
I want
you've
to ask
seen
him
the
about that stuff
DMs.
because Scott's like he's kind of into like the NFT space and kind of stuff. So.
I would. Let's just save it for because the Moto Punks guy's going to come on.
Okay, that's interesting. I
Yeah,
want to
he-
ask Scott about his deal with like the crypto on the side of his bike and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Scott was on the struggle bus yesterday.
the Ponzi scheme.
Oh Jesus Christ! We're not going to get into that. Good God!
After Grandal said that, I'm like, holy shit.
All right, let's just start talking about 450s. I'm just going to try to push them back because obviously we're not doing long interviews anyway. So
Yeah,
Kev,
especially-
we're like 20 minutes, and Scott will talk, but it's fine.
Unless he just like is all depressed and
I think it'll be fine.
he'll be fine.
All right, so do you guys want to start with the
Hang on,
crazy
I
shit
got a
that
list
happened?
of a couple topics.
The
I
crazy
came
shit.
prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's-
we're good. We're good. We're pushing everybody back. Go ahead. Okay, go for it. What's your first topic?
Oh, you got notes. Okay.
Where do you guys want to start?
Well, you want to talk about the crazy shit first, and then
I mean,
actually
Well,
who did
here
what?
are my four things that I
you
wrote
actually,
down.
like take notes at the race last night?
No,
on
this
your
was
phone?
while I was driving here.
Oh,
wow.
all right.
Um,
I was gonna be really impressed. I'm slightly impressed still.
So
but I'm
here's
re-
the
I
four
was gonna be
things
really
that I
impressed.
wanted to talk to you guys on. First one, I have Bogle with 3 exclamation points.
Fucking Justin goes. Did we just transfer back to 2017?
bro.
No, good for him, man.
So-
good for
so
fucking
good.
him.
And you know what? What's the word that Ricky likes to use in the broadcast? Sporty.
Sporty.
He was looking sporty all
Oh,
day.
Weird.
All
yeah,
day.
I don't know what that means, but I don't know if he's like referring to a sports
But
car.
damn, dude, good for him. Get a couple laps led. Like I know he fucking dropped anchor hardcore.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I don't even think though that like it was. I think he just dropped anchor because like he's
I
not
think fitness thing.
Yeah, fitness.
Like,
mentally,
speed
I
was
think he
there.
was fine. Mentally, because he didn't make a lot of mistakes. It's
Speed
not like
was there,
when
too.
it's not like when Anderson and all those guys like latched onto his rear wheel in the main. Like he just all of a sudden started just blowing rhythm sections. He just hasn't
first
been there.
3 laps, like they weren't really
Solid.
making up any time on him.
And dude, I just looked over to him and I'm like, nice
Start.
Dope.
Yeah, I did see
fucking-
something really funny too on the Twitter world. I think it was JT. He was like, you know, when a Suzuki hole shots and leads for a couple laps, you know it's going to be a fucked up main event.
That's true. What was that tweet that you posted on the thing on the Instagram?
I mean, it was just something I tweeted and
Oh,
screenshot
okay.
just to put some content on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
I wasn't. I don't know how to read Twitter shit, so I wasn't sure if like Vince Freeze. Like,
So that's good
tweeted
too.
it,
So
or-
this is a little bit of a marketing ploy. If
Why
you
are you
will.
holding your keys?
I don't know. I'm fidgety. I need a fidget spinner.
Oh my god!
I like to fidget around.
Look. Like I tell my kid, you're fine.
I need a fidget spinner.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Anyway,
After Vince blasted Craig, I changed the name on Twitter to like you can put like your name on there. I put Vince Freezy.
oh yeah,
And then the
noticed that.
handle is like at the Moto Aftermath Show or whatever. But some people are dumb. Like I've had people be like, "Your opinion's irrelevant because all you do is take people out." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not actually Vince Freezy." homie."
This is a fake Vince Freeze
That's
account.
awesome.
Yeah, so people think that, and then people like it draws them in. And they're like, "What the fuck's Vince Freeze saying?" And they
That's
so-
awesome.
Anyway,
No.
that's what that is.
Bogle-
And then I looked at it, I'm an idiot. And I spelled freeze wrong.
Spell
So that's
EI.
even better.
You spell
I think
EI?
it's IESE
It is.
instead of EIS.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
IESE.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just been running it. I think
That's
it's hilarious.
fucking awesome that it's even spelled wrong and people are okay.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Now-
Oh, dude, people on Twitter are so dumb arguing with me.
Yeah, that pretty much happens.
Bogle
So,
was killing it though, man. Super happy for him. I know that the main was wild, so like
super
that eighth,
sporty, great job.
it was great,
job.
dude. It was like I've said before.
Best finish of the year in 8th. So
It's refreshing to see Bogle out front because you don't see him out front anymore.
Yep.
And I said this after Daytona, you forget how
You appreciate how cool
his
he looks on a
technique.
bike,
Yeah, his
so.
technique is fucking great. It's just fun to watch him ride. So that was super cool.
Yep.
And good for Suzuki.
What else you got on your list?
All right, next one up. Do you think Cade had a play in Webb's mental lapse?
No,
No.
not after we went back and watched the Instagram videos.
Nope. Nothing to do with it. He was out of the way.
When we watched that in the casino, I said,
Nope.
nope, that was definitely not Cade's fault.
Okay.
I would love to blame Cade, but it's
yeah,
not.
I mean, because I was up there. I watched the whole situation happen. I seen him come over the triple, and Cade was on the outside, and I was in the stands, literally yelling, "Get the fuck out of the way, Cade!"
No, Cade
Getting in the way like you always fucking do.
No, even Cade was trying to blame Cade in his post-race interview, and yeah, nobody.
There
thinks
was
it Cade's
probably
fault.
maybe 3 feet of a gap between Cade
Yeah,
and
there
Clear.
But I don't know if like Webb
There was
God,
room.
this guy's
No.
close to me and like
know.
I
accidentally
don't even
tried to
think
triple.
so. Webb
Like what the
didn't-
fuck?
Wasn't
No.
even in Webb's post.
Nope.
Webb just took complete credit for it. Mental lapse.
Because you could
Fucking
even see
but it's
Cade.
his fault.
Yeah.
You could even see Cade exiting the corner, and you could see him. He's even trying to get a little bit further out of the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Like I said, I would love to blame Cade. That was not Cade's fault. That was just
That
Yeah.
was
Totally
a
Coop.
random
Man, that's just
mental
so
lapse
weird
on
because
Coop.
you've never seen that out of Coop ever.
no. But hey, you know what? Dirtworks almost got what they wanted. Somebody almost tripled in.
Yeah, well, and Ricky even made a comment because I was listening to YouTube stuff and it popped up like the post race video with them, and Ricky even made a comment. He's like, "I've done that at my house
Yeah.
where I've forgotten what section I was in and like tried to 3 in or something like that." He goes, "But I've never done it at a race." So
But
yeah,
you got to
so-
think though that even can't. That does like I get what Ricky's saying, but that can't have been what happened with Coop.
Well, I can understand why Ricky would do it at his house. You know, when you're doing 5 30-minute fucking motos in
Coop
the
and-
Florida heat.
and
What's
Ricky's
weird to me
Ricky
though
and-
is like how would Coop lapse on that because there's literally no section on that track where you're tripling in.
No idea.
No.
No idea.
Which almost makes me feel like, and I said this, and once again, because of the angle you don't know, so I don't even know what the dirt looked like before that pocket. Maybe he just got more traction than he actually thought. Because you got to
Traction
think,
control's hooking up a little bit more.
yeah,
on that
like
bike.
seriously, like I know that's like super basic, but like that's the only thing I could think of is that maybe he got more traction than he thought. Which once again would be weird that late in the main, the traction will be going away. But like that's the only thing that explains that. Because dude, you're not hitting that double hard at all. You're rolling on really hard before you land, but dude, you could fucking hit that bitch.
That's what I'm thinking. Like he had, I think maybe he was overstimulated. Maybe that's the right word. You got Cade on the outside. You got Sexton on the inside. You hit the gas a little bit, and
It had
that's
to have
just a
been-
lot going on. And
and weird thing is, Coop doesn't make those kind of mistakes.
no. That's why
he
it's so
is
weird
never.
to me, man.
Yeah, dude, that was.
And this segues right into my next thing. Coop being a mental guy. What's up with the one-arm bandit thing?
Lying, bro. lying.
Is that like a publicity stunt thing? Like, hey, I'm a fucking badass. I'm gonna ride around here with one arm. Because honestly, he looked dumb.
Yeah, but dude, and I said this last night, you got to give him credit though, because like, yeah, it looked stupid and he finally pulled off.
They told him to pull off.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah. But you got to give the guy credit, man, because I was saying this, like, anybody, you don't have to like Coop, and you can talk all the shit about him, way attitude, it's fake, like he's not really like that. But nobody, and I mean nobody, can question that dude's heart.
Yep. Yeah, he basically said, hold on.
Was it hard or was it the getting up thing? Like,
points?
Oh, I got to prove everybody that I'm tough.
In his his post from last night, glad we both walked away from that one in Detroit. I made a mistake that ended Chase and I's nights. That one's on me. Thought I could get back on and salvage some points, but had to call it a night early. Going to get checked out and plan on seeing you guys in Indy.
I don't think he runs his own social.
I don't think so either.
I don't think any of these guys.
Mookie doesn't for damn sure.
But there's got to be something to, like, oh, what do you want to say? Like, they're not just gonna throw random shit up there, So
I don't know. Either way, it's just very weird to see out of Coop.
I think it was a points thing. I would just like to I'd like to hope to give him enough credit that it was just a points thing instead of trying to be like a publicity stunt, because like obviously the championship is over with at this point, but like he can still, in his mind he's probably still.
It's over with for fucking everyone.
Yeah,
it really sucks.
I don't know. Cooksey was ranting about like that was unsafe for him to be rolling. I'm like, why? He was just rolling around.
It's not like he was trying.
That's one thing I didn't agree with Cooksey on. Of like
he was so far out of the main line.
Yeah,
like,
that it was unsafe for him and unsafe for other people. I'm like, dude, he was rolling around with one arm,
which
like literally.
I mean, it was almost unsafe though because he rolled over the lip of the triple.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, and about fucking ate it again.
By the way, though, can we give him credit for the fact that he rode that whole entire track late into a 450 main with one arm, and yet there are some dudes that with both arms couldn't even make it a lap even if they tried on that track.
Well, there was some dude on Twitter like, oh, he should have been pulled off early because he was going around the whoops. And I was like, listen, bro, lappers go around the whoops all the time and they never get docked.
I was going to say, I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but like there was one lap where like Eli and Ando were battling before everything started going down. That like Kev and two other people were on the side of the whoops as they were getting lapped. And I'm like, fucking perfect. Fucking great. Like, instead of going through the whoops, getting cattywampus and causing an issue for the leaders, just fucking go around it right there.
And there were a couple guys that actually, like, after Eli got around Ando, screwed both of them.
Yeah. Now, let me be very clear. Do not go around the whoops every fucking lap a la Jeff Alessi, because then you're just a fucking douche. But if you're getting lapped and you see there's a battle for the lead there, don't go through the whoops, get cattywampus, and take all the fucking leaders out. Just fucking move off to the side.
Or have a Shane McElrath situation from last weekend.
Yeah. Well, so here's my last one, too.
Okay,
we'll get into. Ooh, excuse me. Got a little carbonation in the throat, boys. I'm worried about Ando's head, man. That was not good.
Did you see him after he crashed?
Did you see the camera on him? He looked like, I don't know what the fuck.
No. Did you watch him when he actually like finally got off the bike?
He was off balance and
that
yard
was
sailed
fucking scary to watch. I didn't see the initial crash. I saw him rolling the Dragon's back and then start rolling up the other one, dude.
And he was so fucking off balance, he just weeds it.
I was gonna say, and then he like falls off the side of the bike, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Because I didn't see him crash. It was just, I saw him slow. I saw him like ripping a tear off. He was kind of wobbly. And then like, as he rolls up that, he's just like, oh shit. And I'm like, what in the fuck is happening?
Have you watched the broadcast yet?
No,
I don't know.
They had the camera right on him, and he's like, the Asterisk guy's like talking to him, and he's just like staring right through him.
Oh yeah.
See, and my thing too is not only worried about that, but and this is not being a homer. I'm worried about Dylan too. Because I don't know if you noticed when Dylan, like whatever he did, which once again, none of us apparently saw. So he pulled off in that main.
Yeah, but he was like holding his right arm.
But see, here's the thing. He rode back to the mechanics area. Yeah. And then as soon as he got back to his mechanic, he literally just said, I can't
well,
even.
I think his arm hurt bad enough he couldn't operate the throttle.
Yeah, but like the way he got off the bike though, it's
weird, yeah.
Yeah, I was stressed about it because I'm like, dude, like, so he made it back down the straight, and I understand that. But you would think that if he was in that much pain, like whether it was an arm thing, he would have just been like, I'm just going to leave the bike there. I'm just going to walk back.
Another weird one, but like, dude.
The Ando thing was,
the Ando thing is scary. Look like Stu, dude. Like, then you saw the Alpine Star guy like literally having to like keep him from walking out into the straightaway there because he was just stumbling. He was just going over. He was leaving the track.
And you know what pisses me off too, and I don't know if you guys seen this. Like I haven't looked at any of like people's socials, but apparently everybody's saying all 4 of them are going to be fine, and they're going to be racing in Indy.
So,
and I'm going,
so
there's
Sexton did say in his post today, he is just bruised up.
He's got, we were talking about, he's got road rash like he just got fucking
He is just bruised.
thrown off a road bike.
Yeah.
He's been rounds in the ring with that face, dude.
Rounds in the ring, rounds
Maybe
in the
he
I've
should get a
never
belt
seen
helmet,
somebody have a jersey shredded off him so many fucking times.
I think there's something to that Alpine Star helmet too, man. I don't think it's good.
He needs to, maybe it's the blonde hair.
Well, did you notice? So Chad Reed switches to Alpine Stars, right? And you
Yeah.
know Chad doesn't take no bullshit. He
No.
tells you if it's shitty or not. He's wearing an A-Stars helmet in a couple videos. Next one comes out, he's in a Bell.
Well, no,
So-
that's not shocking to me. But yeah, everybody right now, the preliminary thing is everybody's like, oh yeah, they're all gonna be in Indy. I'm like, how do you guys know that? It's been not even a day since any of that happened.
I say I
And
haven't
all
seen
4 of
anything
them-
about Ando, so I have no insight on that.
And it's like,
Webb, who the fuck knows? As he said, he's getting checked out, so he's saying, "Oh yeah, I'll be at Indy."
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And once again, like Sexton saying he's fine. Nobody's heard anything about Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan, nobody's heard about. So who the
The
fuck
crash
knows?
is not even on. We looked for it because we were looking at all of them, and Dylan's wasn't even on there. So like, this is the problem that I have, and I'm not going to go on this, but we talk about this enough. This is the problem I have with this industry is that nobody is transparent about shit. Like, oh yeah, they're all fine. There's no way you know that, first off, and secondly, there's no way that is possible with the way they crashed. There's no way they're fine. No, that's impossible. There's no way.
this segues right into something I was thinking about too. Is like with the industry and the injuries and all this stuff going on. When are these guys going to start thinking about a different points format?
Well, we were talking about this on the
Like,
way.
is that something you guys want to hit right now, or
Well,
or
I
wait?
don't want to go too deep into it because we got, like I said, we still
Let's
gotta
wait
get
for
through
those
this
guys
stuff.
and let's revisit that topic. Let's
But
finish.
I do
the
agree
recap,
that,
but-
like, yeah, probably something needs to be done because, okay, look, we were great. As we talked last night, we were great.
Made
10
10
rounds.
rounds.
And now all of a sudden it's like,
Dude's dropping left and right.
Eli's got
Yeah.
42 points.
think there's think about I guess we'll get into it a little bit right now, but think of like NASCAR. They got the points and the resets, right? Mm-hmm. It brings a whole different dynamic to approach the championship, and
Yeah.
the best guy still wins.
Well-
but instead of pushing it last night or whatever, these guys are like, I want to race. I'm in for the points reset. I don't need to do nothing.
Arena
I'll go
Cross did
fourth,
this.
fifth.
Arena
But
Cross
then
did
the
this.
whole thing, too, turns
Did they do
into...
it?
Yeah, they
How'd
did.
it work?
They did a switch. So I think it was 8 rounds in. If you were top 10 in the points, they flipped it and they went all back to 0 for round 9 to the end.
Okay, yeah. They need that, I think.
Yeah, but
so
but-
guy 10 was the same as guy 1,
But,
0 points.
But here's the thing is, like...
And Blair's
then,
talked about
then
this before.
here's the counter argument. Then once these guys know they have enough points to get in, then are they not really trying that hard at the race? you
Yeah,
know?
fine.
My only issue with
Fine.
this,
If they want to give up a paycheck, let them ride around in
I was gonna
fifth.
say, does that hurt the racing then? Like, I don't
just
know.
It
think
gives
about
other guys the spotlight. It gives you more to talk about because then maybe
Yeah.
Bogle squeaks out a fifth.
Yeah.
Bogle gets an eighth, or hell yeah, Bogle was ripping
Brayton
tonight,
got 5th. Think about this though.
or like shit like that. Maybe and then the conversation becomes, oh, so Coop was holding back a little bit. I can't wait to see what happens when the points reset. I think he's going to be good. Blah blah blah.
Here's the thing to think about, and it's something, again, me and Travis talked about this, and we talked about, like, with outdoors and rounds, and maybe 10 rounds is where we need to be, but I said this to him. So let's just assume that the bullshit, it's not true, and Coop, Dylan, Ando, and Chase are out for an extended amount of time. So think about who you have left at this point. Like, Eli's got this wrapped up. Like, Eli's Eli is going to be beating Eli. That's the only thing that's going to happen now at this point.
And
Like,
he's
even
also 2 rounds up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Factory Cowie, no one. Factory Honda, no one. Husky, Mookie, and Dino. No disrespect to Dino, but whatever.
Dino should have been in the top 5 last night, but
Yep.
he had an issue
All right.
as well.
So Rocky Mountain, you have Shane. Twisted Tea's fine with Bogle and Hartraft. Like, that is what it is. Yamaha has Eli, so they have their champion. And KTM has Marv.
Yep.
You have 95% of the factory teams with either one guy or no guy.
This was a funny thing too. Mathis coming in on Twitter. It's like that's how many millions of dollars is that at the bottom 4 of the running order there?
Oh, yeah.
But think about that though. If Chase and Ando are out, Honda and Kawasaki have no one. And when I say no one, they have no one to ride their bike. Mm-hmm. Because usually, like we talked about, usually they would pull somebody out of the 250s. Cowie can't pull anybody out of the 250s because the one guy that they could pull is the only guy that they have a shot of winning a 250 title. Obviously, two different teams, but still. So that's
they're
out.
all hurt too.
And Honda, they have Jets obviously winning the the East Coast, and Hunter, even though it's unlikely, has still a shot. So they're not going to pull him out. Kawasaki and Honda, two of the most winningest manufacturers, might go the rest of the series with, and I'm getting ahead of myself, I understand that, with nobody on their 450 team.
And that's where it becomes fucked up because those guys need somebody on the bike. Oh, you didn't pass concussion? You're still riding this weekend.
And this is, once again, a larger conversation, but this is the last thing I'll ask. And I asked you this last night. I'll ask you this. If Ando and Sexton are really out, because I don't know what to believe anymore at this point, they're probably going to be there, but they shouldn't. Let's be real. What would Honda and Cowie do at this point? Because Honda, we're going to grab Moto Concepts. Mike Genova's like, no, you're not. You're not grabbing Brayton Freeze.
They
parked the rig.
I would say this is a good point. So Honda parks the rig at that point.
I think that's a terrible decision. I understand why they're doing
They
it.
Honda
will do it.
They don't have to do it though. So this is one of the things. Like HRC is HRC.
I mean, with these fuel prices, they're saving some money.
Bingo. Cowie, on the other hand, has Monster. They have to go racing.
And they don't have anyone. That's
they don't
the
have
issue.
anyone.
So what would you? What?
I don't know.
Because Honda has done
We
some
talked
weird.
about it. You could put Tickle on that bike. I mean,
They've talked Tickle. Tickle's in the pipe.
Call Logan Carno.
Never gonna happen.
I mean,
But see, here's the thing.
it's a goodwill story at this point.
I think Brock Tickle is the easiest thing to go, but I think Brock Tickle doesn't want to race anymore.
I don't think so either.
I think he is perfectly happy with what he's doing now.
And I know you're over
think he
here
would say
saying no to Logan Carno, but what the fuck else are you going to
And
do?
that's
you
what
might
I'm-
as
to
well
put
get
Joan
the good
Cross
press
on that fucking
I was gonna
bike.
say you might as well get the good. You might as well call Joan Cross and what's it called, because you can pay them next to nothing to put them on a factory bike for the rest of the year.
And
like, who the
unfortunately,
fuck
it'll
cares?
never happen.
And here's the thing though too, and this is like I'm not going to go deep into this because I don't know if you would want to say this, but like with Kev, are you going to pay him? Because here's the thing, like some of these guys need to get paid with their situations. They're not just all about. It's not anymore, especially with the way things are. It's
Hey,
not,
look, at the Carnow situation, if you were like, "Yo, we're just gonna get you, we're gonna
But I
get you
don't-
to the races and give you this factory bike," he's gonna be
Well,
like,
this comes
"Fuck
into
yeah."
a paperwork situation and then you start dealing with the layers of corporate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got to go through HR. They gotta pay a guy. They
I
got
don't
to
know
do
if
all
Logan
that
would
bullshit.
do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're a business guy. You know how that shit works.
I know how it works.
I don't know if Logan would-
kind of, because the contract situation with everything is so fucking weird to me. Because I mean, there are some of these teams that straight up just don't pay these guys.
And we've seen this enough too in the
We've
past.
talked
Like
about this.
I remember that when Ricky Dietrich rode the first couple of outdoors for I think it was Yamaha or Honda.
You rode Factory Cowie at one point.
Yeah,
too.
Factory Cowie because he was on Cowie, and then
Valley
also
Yamaha.
Yep, and then we also had Sean Collier did it for a while with Kawasaki, and then we also had A-Ray being the most recent. Some of these dudes, but
See, okay, so now that you're saying that, sorry to cut you off,
no, it's
Justin,
fine.
but
It's fine.
Cowie has grabbed some random dudes before. Remember Billy Laninovich filling in on Factory Cowie?
Oh yeah, dude. I even remember way back in the day when the two-stroke days when Bobby Bonds rode for Pro Circuit Kawasaki for a while when he hadn't raced in a long time.
After Langston ruined his career.
Yeah, but see, the problem now though is we're not in a situation anymore where you can just grab these dudes out of the pipeline because they rode for you at one point or like they have an affiliation with you. As cool as it would be to see Logan Carnow, I'm sorry, and I'm not taking a shot at Logan Carnow, like what he's doing, especially with his situation he's going through. All the props in the world to him, and I know he probably is not going to see this, but all the props in the world to you, Logan. Kawasaki's not going to pick up Logan Carnow. I definitely am not. I'm not trying to start an argument. Like that's a perfect example. Logan Carnow is not somebody Kawasaki would even waste their time on, and I know that sounds like a really dickhead thing to say.
Dick.
It does. Okay, but
Well,
you,
you
do
see-
say that.
I get what you're saying. No, I got you. I'm on the same page.
I'm not shitting on Logan. Like,
I understand
respect
what
him.
you're saying, but the things we have to look at here. Number one, who the fuck do they have? Which we've all said they have no one,
They're all their 250 dudes
and
are
they
hurt.
can't park their truck.
Yeah, they can't.
cannot park their truck. Okay, it's the same thing as Mitch. Okay, Mitch can't park the truck.
Yeah.
Okay, he has to fucking
Exactly.
go racing.
Yep.
Honda, like we said, they don't have to.
Nope.
So, okay, cool.
Then
So
why
Honda-
isn't Mitch picking up more?
That is an interesting thing too. I don't know why he. Well, you
used to
said,
get fill-ins all the
you
time.
said Joe started riding.
He started riding
So if
this
Joe
week.
started riding, they're gonna have Joe back for the West Coast.
Yep.
So that would be. I think their deal is they're gonna have to have at least one.
I think they're also reevaluating with how this whole Jet Reynolds thing is going.
Yeah, but with the 450s, like I said, if something happens here and Ando is out, and we all know that AC is already out, like, dude, they have to find someone. They cannot go 7 rounds without it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're going to put Tickle in there. Okay, fine. They probably have it contracted where they only have to have one bike. Obviously, that's pretty much the way it works. But again, if Tickle doesn't want to ride and this isn't, and it's not happening with Ando, I mean, dude, I don't see how in today's day and age you don't do a full-blown blitzkrieg of fucking social media on Logan Carnell getting shit on by whoever was sponsoring him, and
That's all
now
the
he's on
marketing
a
department.
factory bar,
I get it.
factory bike.
And I'm trying to think
So-
of who else they would even pull up, because honestly, at this point, like Joan Cross and Logan Carnell are the two best.
Plus, I was going to
finishing
say,
Cowie.
Carnell will make the main.
He will make the main.
So,
it's just-
especially if
Let's play
all
a little
these dudes
game
are
here
out.
before. Let's wrap this up with a little game.
Yeah, because we still had to talk about the recap.
Let's
later.
play the team manager game, and I think I already know who you're picking, Mr. Team Manager Travis.
Okay.
You are Factory Kawasaki.
Yep.
And do we even give a shit about Honda? Because you know they're just parking it.
No, Honda, I'm out
Yeah.
because they can
Okay.
just park.
You're Mr. Team Kawasaki Manager.
Okay.
Who are you putting on the bike and why?
I'm putting Joan Cross and I'm putting Logan Carnell at this point. You're talking literally in the
Is this
current
like a
situation we're
obviously-
in, but
yeah.
no one can ride the bike right now.
And obviously, this is a hypothetical, so does that mean
is
you can pick up anybody?
This is way hypothetical.
You can pick
like,
up
your
anybody.
team manager.
They don't have to be Kawasaki guy. Can it be anybody?
Anybody. You
Okay.
got your budget. You
Okay.
got all your stuff. Who are you picking and why?
I'm picking Logan Carnell and Joan Cross. Joan Cross will yank starts. Okay, so that puts your bike at the front at least to start the main.
At least in an LCQ.
And yeah, in an LCQ, probably at this point, if we're down this many guys, probably in the fucking heat race, you
Maybe.
know,
Yeah, anyway.
or whatever. Anyway,
Fabian Iswa.
So Joan Cross, because I'm like, okay, cool. He can get a start. He'll put the bike up front. It'll be on TV. Okay, finish not great, but it'll be on TV. It'll be in the main. Okay, he's proven all year that he's right there on that bubble of making mains. No problem. Next dude I'm doing Logan Carnell because again, he'll be in the fucking main. Okay. And I can fucking pump out this story about how he's gotten shit on by a sponsor, sleazy motherfucker, and then as soon as that happens, boom, oh man, we have an opportunity, and we offer this opportunity to this guy to finish out his season. Now,
Feel good story.
feel good story that will give
I'm
me
on
a
board with
bunch
the
of
Carnell feel good story
bunch
thing.
of
Yep.
PR.
Work the media.
Yep, work the media, and like I said, and then play the games. Like it's like Moneyball. Okay, cool. We have no one. Who the fuck can we get to make shit happen? Well, Carnell and then you'll have two bikes in the main.
You're valuing more than results at this point. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what we're doing at this point because there isn't anybody that's going to get us results. Okay,
Yep.
It's not like we can go and sign fucking Jet right now, you know. So there isn't anyone that's going to get us fucking results in the 450 class. So let's moneyball the shit out of this. Let's do these two who we know can get in the main pretty regular, like almost guaranteed, especially at this point with everyone being out. Let's do a feel good story. Let's make sure our bike's up front at the start of the race. Boom, we're good.
Yeah, I like it. So this is, and I know what Justin's going to do because I'm in the middle of both of you guys. You're media guy. You see the value in more than just results.
Yep.
Justin here is Mr. Core Motocross results guy.
Yep.
So who are you going with?
Does it have to be two, or can I just pick one? Because I can think of two.
Well, you're the team manager. Do
All right,
whatever the
so
fuck you
since
want to
it's a
do.
hypothetical and it doesn't really matter what they're riding, and I'm gonna sound like a homer with one of these because he is now a friend of the show. I'm picking Ryan Brace,
Brace.
and I'm picking Justin Starling.
Ooh, the Starling one's in.
I'm picking because you want to
I
talk about the
can't
media.
argue- I can't argue those
because
two.
Starling he has a following. I know
He
it's
does.
a weird following.
He does.
but you're talking about two guys that you talk about Joan Cross and Logan Carnell, and
Yep.
once again, no disrespect to them, Ryan Brace and Justin Starling
Consistently.
made mains no matter what. I know that their results aren't the best. But Starling has gotten shots in the past with 250 teams. We know the AJE thing. Like what was that? He rode for another team before AJE.
Traders, Kawasaki.
Yes. So Kawasaki. But Ryan Brace, I know that this is a long walk for a short drink of water. Won 2 arena cross titles on a Kawasaki 250. I know that doesn't matter at all. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
there's a Kawasaki connection, and you're talking about a guy. And I think Ryan, if he heard this, which maybe he will now that he's a friend of the show, probably will. You're talking about a guy that's never gotten a shot for anything. Like as far as like a true legit team.
Yeah.
I think you put Ryan Brace and Justin Starling on that factory bike, especially with the way the field is now. Ryan Brace just got 11th last night, and I know that it was by circumstance, but still, before everybody going down, he was running like 13th, 14th, because him and Clayson kind of had like a nice little back and forth thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking about a dude that, 2 spots better? Now
Yeah.
he's like 8th, 9th. Starling, 11th to 13th?
Yep.
So I totally understand where you're coming from, the Logan Carnell, Joan Cross thing, but what's their ceiling on that bike? And I know that it's not.
I
You talk
agree.
about now Brace. Now you got a dude that is top 10 And maybe once again, me
Still,
being a
you
homer,
can work the story angle.
You can, and now being a homer because I like Ryan and I like his story, and now we know how hard this dude. They all work hard, but I like his story. Dude, he goes out there and he gets a top 10, get top 10s. Now he's looked at it for a actual legit team, and I'm not shitting on his program. Like his program sounds legit from what we know of it. Now you're on a team next year.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things that like
I can't argue that. I would go.
It's just they're not on Cowies. That's the thing.
I would agree with you in the Brees situation. Starling's a little bit more of a far fetch for me. He does have a following, but again, it's
a weird.
If I'm going to go with that weird kind of following, I'm going to do the PR story on Cardinal.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because I think that will. Because I'm going to do that, and I'm going to sell it to Feld to fucking put on TV.
Yep. So what about you, Mr. Team Manager guy?
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to be called team manager one day. It's a nice thing. It's nice. Makes me feel warm inside.
I like this game. I think this game's fun.
It
We
is.
should do this more often.
It is. So go ahead.
Clip it. This would be nice on YouTube.
Dude, I was just thinking about this as an Instagram clip. Okay, go
This
ahead.
is a great clip. We need to figure out how to get the. I should just bring my laptop and just pull the footage and do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Who you got, bud?
Who you got?
Man, this is tough because I like everything that both of you guys said. I like the Carnell aspect because of that situation. Like the dude shits on him, blah blah blah. But I also like where Justin's at because those guys are a little higher up in. They've been making mains even without the support. It puts them up a little bit more. You can still work the cool angle with Brees and coming from nothing, kind of blah, blah, blah. So really, man, it's super hard for me to pick. I think if I had to, I would go Brees just because that man has showed some heart. He showed some speed.
Yeah.
Again, I'm Mr. Marketing guy. I'm working that angle as well. Ryan Brees, German Supercross champion, had to be, sent overseas to get some success. Comes back, finally gets a shot. Whole deal. What's he wearing? He's wearing some foreign ass gear too.
UFO.
UFO,
shit.
exactly.
Yep.
So, I like that. And if I had to put a second guy on there, oh man, whatever the results, who we have behind?
I don't know.
Simon?
So here's a good question for you though. Out of
Dude,
those
do you
four-
pull a guy,
Cole Martinez.
out of those
or
guys?
do you pull a guy off the couch like Bowers?
I don't know.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Well, Bowers is a
Dick.
douche. Yeah,
Anyway,
sorry.
but here's my question to kind of wrap this segment up here.
I'm hiring Brees. That's it. Sorry.
Okay.
Too hard.
Love it.
So we're pretty much splitting hairs. Brees, I will give you, has a possibility of getting top 10s there, I guess.
Kev's going to
with
be
the
really
depleted-
pissed at us, but
Whatever, it's fine.
But Kev's got to do a lot of leg work to make that
Plus,
happen.
Kev already has, and like I said, I'm not going to talk about this because this is something that he would have to say. We've already kind of talked. He has an idea in his mind of what would even happen, and he has a thought of like with a team thing.
so
So,
anyway,
Kev, we're not shitting on you, man.
yeah, bud.
he knows that. So anyway, is there really a big difference between, say, 17th and 14th in a main?
There are more bonuses for top 15.
We know there is.
The top 10
But-
would be the biggest gap.
Does
So that's
it-
why with a Starling, a
Yeah.
Carnow, and a Cross, you're
Yeah.
not. You're with the Brees would be the biggest one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys even want to touch a guy like Clayson who has a Kawasaki history?
No,
Or
I
he's got
understand
too
you-
good of a program going on?
I don't think he would.
know.
I don't think he would let the SGB thing because if he knows he's not going to get paid.
Yeah.
I don't know what SGB's paying him,
I don't
but I
know
don't
either.
think he would. I don't think so.
Okay. He's
All
off
right,
the
let's
table.
run through this stuff
Fuck
here.
that guy.
We got 13 minutes till we got to get.
All right, so
Yeah.
Eli. So second
So
place.
Eli wins.
Yep.
Great. I mean,
God damn it, he looks good.
dude,
It really sucks though because Anderson. I know he passed him on the inside after that 3.53. But
Anderson was
mounted a
he was
Yeah.
coming back, dude.
He
and
was.
I said this to him, man. It sucks because we just got ripped off of a possible gnarly battle all the way to the finish.
Yep.
And maybe Eli still would have won. So giving him the credit, he did what he needed to do last night. Just part of me was like, damn, like
That
Ando.
would have been a good fucking race.
Because I think a lot of people were thinking in the stands, oh, Eli got around him, he's just going to gap. And Ando like took a couple laps to get his bearings, and then he started driving back in on him. And I'm like, oh, here we go. It's going to be a gnarly battle because we had like, what, 12 minutes to go, 10 minutes? There was quite a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
We got robbed. I mean, like the tweet said that I posted, like this main started out so great.
Yep.
Freight train, dude. All of them right
Yep.
there. All of the dudes.
Yep.
And then it ended so bad.
Yep.
Malcolm, though, second.
Malcolm second.
God damn it, he looked really good in that heat
And
race. Oh my god.
his mindset from what he's telling everyone in the interviews is podiums. That's what
Really?
he wants. Podiums. He didn't say winning. He didn't say top fives. He's podiums.
I think
is
there's a
what
win
he's
coming.
trying to get, which I believe is a great mindset to have because you go from a top 5 guy last year to a podium guy this year to next year. You're like, fuck yeah, we're coming in to win.
I truly believe he's battling with Anderson and Tomac last night if he got a start.
I do
can see
too.
that.
He was fast.
I can see
He
that.
was fucking fast. And I even said
Yeah.
before Anderson went down, I was like, dude, because he made the comment, I don't think we're done with the Ando-Tomac battle after Tomac got him, which we all saw. Ando started making a charge. And I said to him, I go, dude, I think Mookie's coming. And then, like, 2 laps later, he goes, dude, Mookie's closing. And I'm
was.
like, yeah, he is.
Because I was about to ask you, I was like, are my eyes deceiving me? Because I'm sitting there watching him
No.
going, because I'm seeing the battle, and I was marking it off of Mookie was going right before the split lane, and Eli was exiting that section into the right-hander, like
Yeah.
when Mookie got close. And then all of a sudden, the next lap, I see, okay, now Mookie is exiting that split section, and Eli is at the end of that section.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, Mookie made the mistake or whatever had happened.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was about to ask you, I'm like, are my eyes deceiving? I swear he's making up
No,
time.
he was. He was coming. He was coming. So I think,
And he charged all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, he was, man.
I think that would have been a good battle, man.
Again, I'm going back to the preseason injury. He's starting to spool up, boys.
Yep.
Well, I mean, because what? This is 2 heat race wins in a row now.
Well, and he made a
yeah,
comment, too.
You know those Baker boys, they fire up after Daytona.
They do, but he made a comment too that when we were all talking about the bike here for the West Coast and stuff, he made a comment too that like, dude, when we go east, like, because we've been practicing on East Coast tracks, he's like, the bike's gonna be much better. And sure as shit, we go east and
Still doesn't
it's
look good in the whoops.
starting to look
Oof.
better. So
The whoops
Yeah, I
thing's-
mean, he just needs to start in the main, which is crazy because his whole shots in the heat races have been fucking great.
yeah, so all
I
right,
didn't see many turndowns in the corner.
no, Barsha third with a blown up finger,
Podium peen.
podium ping. Yep.
Oh, you did not want to say that. That kind of rolled off the tongue for you.
He said, I actually think you said ping and not peen.
Podium
no,
peen,
I'm
dude,
out.
it's back.
I
you had
mean,
black pants on, couldn't see that hammer.
Oh God! I mean,
Jesus Christ.
he was just kind of. He's just kind of there. I mean, he was good.
Hey, but look, podium.
Yeah, I
checks
mean,
cashing.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Peen's there.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here.
God.
What?
Nothing, man. Nothing. I just don't.
How do you
Marv-
think he cut his hand open? You think that thing hit him?
Jesus Christ. Marv fourth
But-
with a
What the?
And weeded it.
with a
What?
crash, and then trying to rip the visor off the arrow. That wasn't. That's not a Fox visor. That fucking thing doesn't fall off.
No, it was not coming off.
And
So-
what is up with him once again? Like every time he gets a start,
I don't know.
he
man.
just goes backwards.
I don't know.
and then comes back again.
Like
Yeah.
what is? I don't understand that.
I think the intensity is too much for him right off the go.
yeah,
It's just weird.
Brayton, we're just excited to be here
That
at 38
sexy
years
son of a
old.
bitch.
That sexy son of a
fifth.
bitch.
That was
God,
good.
I love
And
it.
they interviewed him. He's like, "Yeah, it's the last hurrah. You know, I'm
happy to be here."
Just here, dude.
God, maybe he can get on the box if everybody's hurt.
Vince
maybe.
Freeze sixth.
You,
Uncle Vince.
Uncle Vince
God,
with the sixth place.
he's probably pissed at Brayton for that top 5 bonus.
It's fine.
So wait, so JB got 5th, Freeze got 6th, and what did Oldenburg
Oldenburg
get?
got 6th. Good night.
I mean, good night for
Great
Moto
night for
Concepts.
Moto
Mike
Concepts.
Shinoda
Yeah.
probably bought a hot tub.
Probably did.
Probably sold one.
McElrath seventh. I mean, that's just a circumstantial thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he was like running, I think, like 10th before all the melee happened.
There's definitely been a couple flashes from McElrath, though.
Yeah. I'm still worried.
Yeah, me too. Bogle eighth, like we talked about, season best. Great
Yeah,
job.
yeah. Love me some Bogle.
Hartraff ninth,
Bogle.
first top 10.
Hey,
he
I
was
picked him.
Dirt Bike Depot rider. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
he was not happy though after the bane. He looked pissed.
Really?
Which is weird because that's his best finish all year.
I think that's just his face.
That's true because
He's
like
always
when
pissed
after
off
the
with
LCQ, he was just
Well, you got to think he had 5 spots handed to him.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's also bonus money though. I would assume for getting top 10.
Cade Clayson, 10th.
K. Clisson.
Best career finish, and he was super stoked.
I mean, I'd
he
be
was
too.
Damn near crying. He was so happy for finishing 10th. So
Same thing. Our
Which,
boy Ryan.
think about it. That's
Yeah.
a comeback. He goes from being suspended for 2 years
For some bullshit.
For some bullshit.
Starling got 11th or something.
to
Starling's
Reese
been-
got
to
11th.
Oh, Brees got 11th.
Brees, yeah, 11th.
Best-
Starling,
I also think also-
Starling 12th.
I think that's all
That's
three.
a career best for Starling,
All
too,
three
because
of
he's
them,
been blowing
yeah.
it all over social media.
And so for Reese, I think all three of them the best finishes ever in the 450 class.
So
Yep.
we talk about this Ashes thing, and I was thinking about this with Starling. Do you blow your load all over social media? I got 12, blah, 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 like, bye, and everybody crashed out. Is there an asterisk? Has everybody crashed out, or do you give it
I
to
don't
these
think a
guys
sponsor
and
gives
say,
a fuck.
Excuse me. everyone showed up to that race, and just because you were able to finish it is not my fucking problem that they
Okay,
couldn't.
I'm just wondering if the tune changes a little bit for privateer guys because we like to shit on Jet for being an Ashes title.
It is funny because
we've had that conversation.
Everybody's going to say that, and everybody's going to mention this in the show this week of like, oh well, all these guys crash out. Okay, but
I think for privateers,
they all showed up to the fucking race. Okay,
Yep. I think for privateers it's different.
Yeah,
I don't think because we hold them as much expectation compared to factory dudes, whether it's only because guys crashed out for them to even be close enough to get that result. This is just my opinion. Mm-hmm. I don't think I put an asterisk next to it. And as for Starling thing, I don't think his sponsors give two shits.
Nope.
You got 12.
I claim it.
I mean,
good.
To be honest, you have those guys. So you're looking at 13th because 4 guys went out. So you're looking at 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah,
those are good finishes for those guys.
And like I said,
who we got in 12th?
Starling.
Who was 13th?
Okay, 13th was
A-Mart.
I mean,
that's quiet.
Yeah, you actually would have thought that he would have
been the next
better.
Yeah, you would have thought he'd have been 10th.
I don't know. It's a Martin thing. Their Supercross is not their deal.
Yeah, no
there was
shit.
no bridge for him to hide under either this weekend.
Fucking bridge troll.
Dean Wilson, 2 crashes, 14th.
Should have been top
Fucked
5.
my
dude.
fantasy right into a
You
bullshit.
should have been a 4th, 5th place.
All right, question on him.
I should have got a ton of points for him last night.
Question
Fuck
before
me.
we move to the next guy. Now with all these guys out, does Mr. Consistency Dean Wilson get a top 5 before the end of the year if all
Hopefully.
these dudes are out?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if he doesn't, what does that mean?
Here we
He's
are.
going to be pissed at himself.
Do you think, not obviously for him being pissed, but like, is everybody else going to start shitting on him for that?
No.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think people are going to shit on Dean. I think they know he's at the tail end of his career and whatever happens, happened.
Well, I guess it's. I think I read somewhere that he actually sounds like this. Not telling anyone, but he's done after this year. I mean, we all kind of knew that he was retiring soon, but I don't think he's like next year. He's not. He doesn't have a contract.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, Logan Carnell from no sponsor, no bike to buying his own bike 2 days before.
Dude, he had a whole
to
fan
15th.
section below us. Holy
That's
shit.
his hometown race. He's from somewhere close.
He's from Ohio.
Oh, is that where it's from?
Vermillion, Ohio. Like, it was pretty much a fucking hour up for them.
He said
he had
he was crying like a baby when he made that main.
He had like 15 people
Yeah,
sitting right
in
below us that
Carnell
were
shirts,
freaking
the
out.
whole family. That's what he said on his post.
Good for him, though,
Whole
man.
family.
Good for
Great,
him.
Yeah, super pumped on that. Friend of the show coming up here in a little bit. Kevin Moranz, 16th.
Starts are back though.
Yep, starts were back. He was pumped on the starts.
Oh, he should
it was
be.
there.
He should
Yep.
be.
So A-Ray, no
Picked him.
appendix, 17. Jesus
A-Ray?
Christ.
Wait, what?
That's why he didn't race last weekend. Didn't you hear that?
Oh yeah, that's right. I did. I'm
he
sorry.
got appendicitis.
Dude,
and
I was
fucking-
watching him, and I'm like, dude, he looks kind of smoothed out a little bit.
He was
so.
looking. Hey, RC word. He was looking sporty in practice.
sporty.
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 And
Picked him.
then
Pick 'em.
Justin Rodbell, 18th, made the main. That was
He
pretty
was
fucking
drained after the
Oh,
main,
yeah.
dude. Oh, he was.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
have been. He's lucky Joan Cross didn't fucking pass him.
Dude, he was
Cross or
after
whatever the fuck his name
After
is.
the main, he was done. Like, because I was really paying attention to a lot of dudes, and he was done.
Yeah. And then we get into it. Dylan 19th, Webb 20th, Ando 21st, and Sexton 22nd. So there we are.
God, dude, that was just for
How many million there, you think?
Well, they're all probably making a milli.
I would say
4.5, 5?
2. No, I'm going to say 2.
Well, Coop's making what? Probably close to 2.
Coop's got to be 2.
Dylan's definitely 1. Sexton probably
I
1.
I don't think Dylan's 1.
I think he's probably.
I think
making
Sexton-
one.
So
I
Sexton-
bet you Dylan's 6 to 7.
So I heard the stuff about Sexton and the A-Star gear.
Yeah.
He wanted to wear the gear. He begged to be an A-Star guy, so he probably took less money.
I bet Coop's 2. I bet Ando's 1 to 1 point. I bet Ando's 1. So there's 3. And I bet between Dylan and Chase, you got maybe 1 to 1.5. So I bet there's $5 million there in the bottom 4. About 450 main event.
Last question about Sexton.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you guys this too. I'm firing questions off tonight.
Fired
I
him
like
off. You're
this.
good
Big,
tonight, buddy.
big journalist guy
You're
here.
good. You're good. Well,
You are a shitty media guy. Go ahead.
We'll let the fans decide. Comment below.
Jesus Christ.
We all know that Tomac with a Q is not
So
a fan.
how are we feeling about... you guys aren't big. You're a little bigger on social media than I am.
Sure, go ahead.
This guy isn't.
No.
How are we feeling about Sexton playing the crowd? I kind of like it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Oh, an opening
Detroit,
ceremony?
blonde hair, Slim
Fucking
Shady,
Vanilla Ice.
comes out to Eminem.
But yet there was a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but I've
Oh,
heard...
that's where I'm going next. But how do we feel about that? Is that a
I heard
little
that
over
they-
the top?
I heard they don't get to pick their opening song.
Well, that sounds odd. That'd be odd.
Well,
though,
I
but-
think this maybe somebody said something because
May-
how are
I
you
mean, maybe.
how are you
I don't
dyeing your
know.
hair blonde? You're coming out to Eminem. Same thing. They had a video of him walking on press day, and he like put "Without Me" by Eminem back to it, which I thought was kind of sick, you know. But
yeah, I saw that stuff. I didn't make the connection with the blonde hair. I just thought
I thought Vanilla Ice.
it was Slim Shady hair, yeah, pretty much.
Look,
so
bro.
you guys like that playing the crowd kind of shit, or leave it at home?
No, it's fine. But see, here's the problem with it is if that was all a marketing stunt on him, that's good. It kills it with the Michael Jordan thing.
Okay, and that's where I was going next. How are we feeling about that?
No.
I didn't like it.
Being
Not a fan.
Being a sports guy and being a huge fan of basketball when I was younger, growing
You
up
won't
in the
ever hold a
90s,
candle to Michael
I
Jordan.
think
especially in Detroit Pistons and the Bulls.
You have to be so careful with that. So like he's doing the Michael Jordan thing, and it's just like, dude, you should have picked the 23 in aspirations of doing this, but you needed to
Don't market
win.
yourself
you
off
need
Jordan.
to win some more before you
it's
start
a bad
really
look.
playing that off. Now, don't get me wrong. If you were winning races and you had a couple titles and stuff, cool. Then yes, play the Michael Jordan thing to the fullest.
I think it's cool, like designing your gear and like
It
the
is
elephant
cool.
print and all that
But, like,
kind of shit. But like the
I do like it,
like-
but man, you gotta
like,
be so careful with
fading
it, man.
Michael Jordan's face into your face
Yeah,
on the
that's
screen
weird.
is a little.
And the
That was
problem
weird.
too, like Travis is saying, if you're going off the Michael Jordan thing, like what you just said about the winning titles and winning races, that's not even enough. Like
Yeah.
if you're doing the association with Michael Jordan, you're Ricky Carmichael-esque, except you don't even lose. You're fastest all day. You're fastest in your heat. You're winning your heat. You're Ricky Carmichael, except even more. And I know that we're maybe going a little bit too far with this, but you can't do that association just because you're number 23 and you're from Illinois.
Yeah, I don't know.
One thing I will say though, and we made jokes about this when they came up on hobbies. What's your hobby, Travis? What kind of hobbies you got?
Oh, hang on. I got something good about the hobbies too, and I got something good about the stupid, cringy ass dance shit.
My hobbies are Legos, motocross,
Anal.
and talking shit.
You know what my hobbies are? Cycling, fitness,
And motocross.
and
Mia Khalifa.
motocross. Oh wait.
And by the way, I'm a professional motocross
oh,
racer.
nope. I golf too.
Oh yeah.
So I had a little chuckle. You guys have all seen the photo.
Yeah, what photo?
There's a photo going around of me, number 1 podium spot, with a certain Marvin Musquin in second.
Oh god.
Guess what Marv's hobby was on the top of the screen?
Go-karting.
Karting.
Oh,
And I
yes.
said, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you know what was also funny about that? At the end of that, it was jet ski. And I looked at him and go, not jet skiing, jet ski. I'm like,
we were laughing about that so hard though because
Well,
they
did you see
all,
how cringe the beginning was? Like,
Oh,
Webb's
yeah.
like, get loud.
and then you had Fortner going,
Yeah.
no.
It's just that was
I didn't like it.
cringy,
I get what they're
whatever,
trying to
yeah.
do. They're trying to have the dance cam, like you're going to a fucking hockey game, blah, blah, blah.
We
but-
also made the point of that opening ceremony video, how many dudes in that video weren't even racing, and we got to 5. And what I thought was hilarious, we were at 4, and then at the end they showed Max Volan's face, and I'm like, oh, nope, 5.
Yeah, it was the. I told him last night the opening ceremonies to me
No, they
were
just
not
died,
as good. The music sucked. Like before, the music
Hey,
was really.
guess
fucking
what was
good.
really fucking sick though? I don't know if you guys caught it. The Kid Rock Ball with the Ball, and you know that song where it goes
Yeah.
Kid Rock, you know. And when they dropped that, they synced it perfectly with the gate drop.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
in
know
the
what you're
beginning,
talking
they were
about.
like ball with the ball, and as soon as Kid Rock just starts in with this thing, the gate dropped, and I was like, hell yeah!
The problem too is with the opening ceremonies is like, you remember the K-Dub transfer shit?
Yeah, ain't
You're-
nobody doing that no
You're
more.
never going to see anything like that. Nope. And I know that they're restricted on time and different thing. One thing I will say though, and it's kind of funny because I almost feel like I'm contradicting myself with some of this stuff. The only thing I thought was cool, and I know you probably guys are going to think was corny, is whoever that DJ dude was. Some of the shit that they had going before the gate drop, like the beat. I know that once again, it's not moto thing. The beat really got kind of the atmosphere going because
Big EDM
Oh, that's
guy,
EDM
huh?
music. Like that's what it is. You
Big-
play the crowd.
See, and that's what-
big EDM guy, huh?
no, I don't
Big
listen.
See,
EDM
I
guy.
like music and stuff like that, right? So like,
Did you? So do you agree?
yeah. So like, if I'm a DJ, right, and this is why I like the Sexton thing, right?
Mm.
When you go to a city and you're playing the crowd, you play some Eminem, Detroit, yeah, let's go. You play some Kid Rock, you play some shit like
Yeah.
that. Gets the energy up, like
Yeah.
So you agree? Like
I
the
agree,
beat that
I
had
agree.
go. Like I'm not an EDM guy, but like the beat that whoever that guy was, apparently he's a very accomplished guy. It was good for it. Like right before it, I'm sitting there going, okay, heat race going, main, whatever. Like the beat, like it was one of those things that you got. Like okay, the atmosphere is good.
oh, you feeling the beat?
I mean, dude, I'm a beats guy. Like not EDM, but I'm never mind.
What's up? Give me some beats.
I can't give you some beats. I'm not an EDM
Okay.
guy.
All right. We got to wrap this up because we got to talk to Scott here. So.
What's your favorite song right now?
I can't.
Okay, all right. Well, that has been our race recap that we've been the first race we've been at. So thanks everyone for checking that out.
Yeah, you guys are probably gonna hate that. We apologize.
Couple interviews coming up here. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk to Privateer Hero Scott Meshey and Privateer Hero Kevin Moranz here and talk to them about how their Detroit went. We'll talk to Meshey a little bit about how his season's going, and yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Our first guest up of the night, brought to you by JT Cycle, serving Battle Creek, Michigan for over 30 years. Stop in to check out their full selection of Beta, Gas, Husky, and Suzuki motorcycles and power sports products. Need something for around the house to help keep things nice and trimmed up? They have that too, with a full lineup of Echo, Aaron's, Gravely, and Simplicity. Visit jtcycle.com or follow them on Instagram at jtcyclebc. He is Privateer Hero and also Dirt Bike Depot sponsored athlete. It is the one and only Scott Meshey. Hi, Scott.
How's it going, gentlemen? Dude, I'm not going to lie. That introduction was impressive.
I'm a professional at this shit
Scott's blushing over there.
most of the
The
time.
dude didn't even flinch. I could tell on this side of the phone, he didn't even flinch.
I didn't even take a breath that whole time either.
Okay, Jimmy Neutron.
I got some solid lungs under me over here.
You were in Detroit, so, I mean, you're basically close enough to being Eminem.
Oh, God.
Not at all.
Would you?
Oh, God.
Here we go, Travis.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Oh, God.
God.
Hold on.
No.
Now you're
So
getting-
let's talk Detroit music. And you could chime in on this a little too, Scott. Would you rather be Kid Rock or Eminem?
Eminem. Sorry. Oh,
Eminem.
I was about to say.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, goddamn.
I don't know. I'm
mean,
more
listen,
American
I mean,
now, so Kid Rock sounds better to me. But
You say you're
know.
more American now?
I do have appreciation for Kid Rock, but I mean, listen, I'm sorry, man. Eminem's just dude's a legend.
Yeah, okay.
Google their net worth. See who's worth more.
I know. I'm in between because I like Kid Rock because he switches
I
up the
wanna be
flavor a
close.
little
Google
bit.
the net worth.
Do it.
But
Hey, Cole, do it.
no, hey, producer in the corner that we don't have.
Fucking
Let him
ghost,
do it.
Put ghost
Producer over there.
But
Go ahead.
I don't know about you, Scott. Well, you're about my age. The Eminem show was my shit growing up. That whole album.
Okay.
Then Encore came out.
I don't think you guys understand. I used to be able to sing every Eminem song that he had
Oh,
on
okay.
national CD,
Okay, Limp
word
Bizkit.
for word.
Well, what's your go-to?
That was my shit. I don't know.
I mean, what's kind of funny is I feel like I may know, like, pretty close, like the number of songs that I know by Kid Rock as I do by Eminem.
Ooh,
That's
see,
impressive.
he's right down the middle.
So I mean, I wouldn't say I'm split down the middle. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to Kid Rock, but I will go out of my way to listen to Eminem 100%.
Bingo.
Like, there's some songs that weren't like super popular of his on some of his albums that I liked, you know.
You know, his favorite song of mine right now is when he
His favorite song of yours?
no, my favorite song of Eminem's right now is when he
Grammatically correct.
when he clapped back at MGK there.
Hey, no.
Rap
You want to
God.
know a low-key one that you probably heard too is when he claps back at Mariah Carey.
Yes, that was a good
that
one.
was
Because he slept with her?
Well, dude, he exposes her.
Oh yeah,
yeah, see,
big time.
He's really good at that. And who was it the other? Oh, I saw some interview. I was scrolling through, I think Instagram Reels or something, and I saw some interview with The Game. I do love these rap battle things. Like, I'm a fucking sucker for those, of these guys talking shit about each other on there. And The Game was like talking about how he wanted to rap battle Eminem, and whoever was interviewing him was like, "Nope, I'm done. Don't want to talk about this." And The Game's
They
like,
set all
"Why?"
that shit up though. Like that's what we should do. Let's get some publicity stunt going. Let's have a fake beef between Scott and Kev.
Yes.
Just have this fake social
I don't-
media beef
No.
and just
No, we're not doing that. No, no. I already know where Scott was going to go. We're not
Hey,
doing that.
Listen, I know my place.
Look, man, I'm more old school. I'm more pop,
All right.
Biggie, Nas.
We've talked a lot of nonsense tonight, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
get into the moto stuff. So Scott, let's talk about your season a little bit here. You came out, you were going to ride 250 East. I think you did the first round as a 250 rider, and now you're riding the 450 class. So talk to us a little bit about, I know we talked to you slightly for preseason, but talk to us about preseason prep going in and kind of what has changed your mind to go from, the 250s to the 450s.
That's a good question. Preseason prep was pretty good. Really, really no complaints as far as that goes. I definitely learned a lot. Also, felt like I improved a lot. I'm definitely better from the experience. It was weird. I kind of felt like, a couple weeks leading up to the first race, like, dude, I frame cased one of the triples out at Sandbox, and I couldn't walk for like a week. And then like we just kept getting like tons of rain or just weird stuff. So instead of being able to train, 3 or 4 days a week, you would maybe be able to get 1 or 2 days in. But I'm not gonna lie, and I'd be curious to know if you guys talked about it at all on the show. At Minneapolis, that was a rather interesting experience. Obviously a bit of nerves. Of course there's always a little bit of nerves going into the first round, and you go in with expectations. Obviously East has been stacked. At this point it's a little less because people keep wadding themselves. But going into Minneapolis with all that, and then dealing with carbon monoxide poisoning there, just a really, really bad weekend for me. A lot of things that didn't add up in the right ways. And just being completely transparent, the reason I went to the 450 class is I can make a lot more money, and I need to make a lot more money. I need to make as much money as I can. In these races, I'm in the 450 class in outdoors anyway. And, when I can make a significant amount more money, in 450 class, it only makes sense, for me to do that. And I'm still getting time, on race day live and in qualifying, which, I'm not the absolute best qualifier. I'm definitely a gate drop guy, but, still getting a little bit of time. And then, this weekend definitely took a step in the right direction and was able to, get ourselves in the night show, and, had a decent run in the LCQ, but kind of found myself in a bit of a crap spot in the first lap. That just kind of allowed guys in front of me to get ahead. But, definitely felt better. I was on track to making the main event in Arlington for the Triple Crown. Unfortunately, Wegman got into, I believe, Bubba Pauly, and then Bubba Pauly got a bit squirrely and like T-boned me, and I went over the berm. But it's part of the learning experience, I should say. But honestly, I'm just being very straightforward and honest, and I will say it to anybody. The thing is, man, like, I got to be able to make sure that I can pay. I got bills to pay, dude, and I have a race program that I got to make sure that stays, decently comfortable. And obviously, I'm not just doing stuff for Supercross. I already have to get stuff ready for outdoors because it's coming up sooner rather than later. And you can't be putting yourself in a really, really tight spot when you already have to get stuff done ahead of time, if you want to do it correctly. So, honestly, the biggest thing has just been, obviously I want to be able to maximize my earnings on the weekend. And honestly, I don't see anything wrong with, pushing for a 450 main or pushing for 450 mains. I definitely feel like I have the starting capability to do that. I would say that my LCQ at Detroit, the start was very subpar for me, only because I managed to wheelie a little bit and kind of get off balance on the, and go to the right. If I would have gone to the left, we would have been okay, but not to the right. But that's the thing is, obviously putting myself in that position. And I mean, that'd be, that's pretty sick to be able to make 450 mains. And like I said, I do not see that as something that's out of the question at all. I think it's a very realistic expectation, especially when you have guys dropping like flies, like they were last night, which was absolutely freaking insane to watch, because I feel like 3 or 4 guys like hit the ground within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So I hate to see it. I really do. But obviously, for someone like myself, it's like, that's another spot that, just brings me that much closer. So yeah, that's the biggest thing, man. Just trying to maximize what I'm doing, and, I'm bringing the 250 into the 450 class, but that's what I'm comfortable on, and that's what I feel like I can perform best on. So that's what we're doing.
Hey, nobody can fault you on the money situation. I've had conversations this week with people about the money situation in Supercross and motocross as far as payouts go. So, no looking at getting on a 450 for Supercross, at least not this year. You're just gonna keep riding that 250, or
yeah, dude, just gonna make that thing freaking sing. Gotta ride it like you stole it.
bark it, bro.
Bark it.
Bark it.
Oh man, all
Send
right.
it to the moon.
Just letting the big dog eat, man.
Hey, I mean, whatever. Carno's been doing it, so I mean, why not?
Hey, speaking of sending it to the moon.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay.
No, I wanted to ask Scott about this for a little bit.
Yeah, no,
so,
go for it.
Jesus. Obviously, crypto's a big thing in the world now. So how does that all come about? Can you go into details on that deal for you? I know you're sponsored by crypto. I think it's Astronos. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
It is called Astronauts.
Oh, okay. Yep, way off.
Close, but no.
Yeah, whatever.
Close, but no dice. No, listen, close only, almost only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades, but that's okay. We'll allow it this time.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Wow.
But no, Astronauts was actually a really cool opportunity. Just kind of some folks that I knew, from around the area. My brother is huge into cryptocurrency. So we're, just, people that he knows. And then obviously, just kind of your net worth is your network is your net worth. Sheesh. Listen, I'm running on like 3.5 hours of sleep, so apologies if I stutter.
Sick.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, your network is your net worth. And I'm thankful that I was able to get connected with the founders of cryptocurrency. It's actually pretty neat. They're designing, they're basically doing metaverse gaming. And the developer, from my understanding, the developer of their game is actually someone formerly from Rockstar Studios.
Interesting.
I've seen some of the like the in-game, like some of the development footage of the game, and it looks freaking amazing.
So let me ask you this. Sorry to cut you off, but you said Rockstar Gaming. Is it very similar to like the Grand Theft Auto stuff that you've seen?
It's a little different. I mean, obviously, so the thing is more. It's kind of more like I don't know if you've ever played like Destiny, the game Destiny.
I have not played that. No.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I mean, it's more like they have more like kind of spaceship, kind of thing, because it's, their thing is more about space. They love space.
Okay.
So it's kind of doing that, but you're utilizing blockchain gaming, meaning that instead of having like an open world game, you have an infinite world game where, because you're utilizing blockchain technology, you're always constantly generating new area in the game. So no matter what, you can always travel in one direction forever and ever, and it'll always keep generating new area, and you'll never run out of area. So it's actually a pretty neat thing. And obviously the cryptocurrency, it helps with that project, and bringing that game to life, but also the utility, part of the utility of the crypto itself is being able to purchase, if you're flying around in a certain ship and, you go to like a marketplace and you see one that you like, it would be considered an NFT, and you can purchase that ship with Astronauts in the game. Similarly to like how you use V-Bucks to buy skins on Fortnite, or COD points to buy stuff on Call of Duty. Same kind of thing. Except obviously it can go up in value, and you can put your currency in a farm, or you can put it in a pool and offer. You can offer what's the word I want to use? Basically, you can offer the value of the actual currency, liquidity. You can offer liquidity as well and earn more. So it's more than just like, you buy COD points and they just sit there and they're like that. You can earn more. You can, obviously gain value on it. But it's a pretty cool, obviously, opportunity. I think that, obviously SmartFi being a crypto platform, even though they've like changed kind of their direction with how they're trying to market it to people like 3 times, from what I've seen alone. I mean, it's cool because obviously, I mean, it is, I don't mean to seem like a nerd or like a guy who's like super mega into crypto. And I obviously am, I've been able to educate myself enough on it. And it is something that you will see a lot in the future, and it already is, it's, coming more and more into play. So I was really happy to be able to bring them, to sports, and then obviously to motocross. I was their first athlete that they sponsored. They also just sponsored a guy who is a professional soccer player. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, no, just really cool things, working with them and even kind of diving into the NFT stuff with MotoPunk's NFT.
Awesome.
And also gonna start kind of, sharing, obviously because I'm sponsored by Astronauts, but I'm going to be sharing stuff about a new crypto that's coming out called Bitonium, that offers holders of Bitonium in Bitcoin through transactions. So it's pretty neat. Definitely a lot of cool stuff. Really be able to kind of bring that side of things. Helping to usher in the future into motocross and bring something like that into motocross.
Are we talking about Motopunks?
No. He did bring that up. So we're actually Motopunks is going to come on the show as well.
Yeah. I've been talking to him. He's all about it. He wants to come on the show. He wants to help us out, do whatever. So, seems like a cool guy. So we'll see what happens there. So
yeah. Thanks for diving into that, Scott. But I've dabbled into the NFT space a little bit the crypto stuff. Like these 2 old geezers at the table here with me. Like you're speaking Spanish right now to them. But
I have crypto.
I don't.
I mean, like once it gets into NFTs and utility and all that stuff, it's probably a foreign language to you.
I have looked into it. I don't know every insight about it, and I'm real weak in it. I'm like a D class rider in it, but I have looked into this stuff.
Let me explain something like kind of just like really easily about like an NFT. So let's just say like the thing is it requires some coordination, which is where it kind of is a little bit difficult because it's newer. But like every time that you like scan your ticket on your phone and you get into the stadium, right? Technically that ticket, it's not tangible, it's not in your hand, but it's on your phone, right? It's digital and you scan it and it offers utility for you to go inside, right? Now, picture yourself having a Superweb NFT. And basically, if Supercross, KTM, whoever coordinates with that kind of thing, and it builds to that point, when there's a line at Supercross to get your autograph by Cooper Webb, you can show it to whoever in the line, and you can go to the front of the line and get your picture with Cooper Webb.
Yep.
Or like I was talking with the gentleman at ETS Racing Fuels, and I'm like, dude, how cool would that be for like ETS sponsored teams to be able to like potentially offer like a fan experience?
Yep.
Like you hold this NFT, you have this access.
Yep.
Exactly. That exactly. An NFT is more than just a picture.
Yep.
It's about what you get out of it, in the back end of it.
Yep.
And most people call that utility.
Yep.
Kind of what you get in return for that. It's really cool. It's a really cool opportunity. I think it's hard for people to really kind of realize it because it's not like tangible. But the benefits you get can be very tangible. And with MotoPunks, obviously they're helping out privateers and creating funds for privateers, through every transaction. For example, every single time that my NFT is traded from one person to another, I get a percentage of that sale every single time.
Yep.
No matter how many trades hands, no matter how much it sells for, I get a percentage of it every single time.
More money into the sport, and I'm all for it.
Yep.
No, exactly.
No, go ahead.
It's like I mean, like, and it's almost like bringing like baseball cards, for example, into Moto. You know what I mean? But there's more behind it rather than just a card. There's a lot behind it. So it's really cool. I'm definitely looking forward to working with him and kind of helping to build him, build that, with him. Definitely a really good dude. I had the opportunity to meet him at Daytona, which is pretty neat. And, obviously, I mean, hey, man, like you said, bringing money into the sport, if I can help bring money into the sport in a positive way and make sure it gets into the right hands, I'm all for it because, obviously I want to see it go to guys like me and, guys that could really use it,
Yep. So how long before we start outdoor testing?
Well,
Wow, quick segue into something completely different.
I like it.
I mean, we don't have a ton of time.
I know.
I'd rather talk about outdoors anyways.
that's fine. No,
Oh, you're
absolutely.
lost,
No.
aren't you?
I don't know if you say it.
Yeah.
We are
Old
listen,
geezer
I'm
over here.
I'm trying to get my 450 secured right now. Right now I just sold my race bike from last year. So I'm trying to get the my first 450 paid off that JMC has, and then hopefully kind of get that on its way here. And hopefully FedEx doesn't drop my bike like they did with my race bike.
Sick.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, they caused $2,000 worth of damage to my race bike.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's great.
so that was a lot of fun.
Sweet.
So obviously, hopefully we get that and we get that in soon. And, obviously I would like to start riding outdoors. I mean, as soon as I get it, as soon as I get my 450, I plan on starting to incorporate a little bit of outdoor riding, just so that way I can get back to the feel of it just a little bit. Obviously it has to be a good mixture because I still want to keep growing in Supercross and not just like switch completely. So, that's, it'll be, I mean, truthfully, as soon as I get my 450, so as soon as you see on my Instagram about getting the 450 in, you can pretty much count on me getting some days in of riding on outdoors and very soon after.
Okay.
Insta bangers out.
Are you
Yeah.
are you going to Seattle and stuff?
I will not be.
Oh, okay.
Good decision.
Good decision.
My deal with my deal with, no, I mean, listen, honestly, Seattle is cool and all, but also that's really expensive to go out there.
It is a hellhole.
Yeah, Travis is right. It sucks.
And obviously, my for me with TPJ, I'm an East Coast guy.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I'm supposed to be. And that's fine. Honestly, the off weekend I get when it's in Seattle, it's so soon that obviously I won't be able to ride outdoors, on that, but I obviously won't complain. Obviously because it's, the off weekends are nice. And obviously if I have a lot of stuff going on and kind of a lot of stuff piling up, then, it kind of helps to ease that. And that does happen a lot. Things do pile up pretty quickly for me. So it's always, good to be able to kind of have that little bit of time. Heck, I was supposed to race at Tampa MX at the Pro Circuit Open, the big money race before Daytona. I went out for one practice for the practice day, and I cracked my case on my practice bike. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to get that part, this coming Tuesday and be able to get it on the bike and stuff like that. But just different stuff that's always popping up. So I don't mind the off weekends. So you won't see me. I mean, it's not the plan right now. I mean, you never know with me, but you really shouldn't plan on seeing me at West Coast rounds. But you will see me obviously in the 450 class on, any East round. You can plan on it.
Okay. And I guess last question before we let you go here, because we got Kev coming up too. Where are we going to dinner on Friday?
Yeah, buddy.
Where are we going on Friday?
Yeah.
I don't listen. All I'm saying is good luck because I thought I read something that the NCAA championship or something with Mark going on in Indy.
Oh, fuck me.
And St. Patty's Day.
Oh, fuck me.
Looks like we're going to Big Boy.
Looks like we're going back north of north of the city there. Then by
I would say Old Spaghetti Factory.
Looks like we're going to what is it, Texas Roadhouse?
like he said,
Get
good
some more
luck.
rolls.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna have to go outside the city then for sure Friday night.
I'm staying about half an hour north of the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
we will be
dude,
stopping half an hour north of the city at the Lego store because I am a child. So
Yeah,
Hey,
it's great.
you know what? That's all good, man. That's all good. Listen, hey, I'm like, listen, anything that we can do that's got pasta and chicken, and we're good to go.
all right, yeah.
Kev just needs rolls, so
I was gonna say.
we're pretty good. That's a little bit better than just rolls.
Look, funny story. So last year we go out to dinner with Kev the night before the race down there. One of them, I can't remember which one it was. And we're like, hey man, where do you want to go? And he's like, oh, I just got to go somewhere with like chicken and veggies. So we land at Texas Roadhouse, right? And this dude gets chicken and veggies for dinner, then smashes like a dozen of the fucking rolls, and then like takes the chicken and veggies with him. And so we have just been laughing for the entire last year, going chicken and veggies and 1,000 yeast rolls, sweet.
Just shit
Hey,
on him.
those are so good though.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm not hating on it,
Texas
but it was
Roadhouse
just
are
funny.
fire.
Did
He butter them up with the cinnamon butter?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. He didn't skimp on that. Now he did only drink water. We didn't have soda, but still, we've just been cracking up about it. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. We'll figure something out here. I'll look into that because yeah, if there's NCAA
Forgot
shit
about
going
that.
on, yeah, then we're not doing anything downtown.
It'll be the first round.
yeah.
It'll be a
So
shit show.
so we'll go
also
somewhere
awesome.
outside the city.
So it'll
So
also be awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting.
not really
crowd.
awesome.
It's gonna be an interesting
yeah,
crowd to be
just whatever. So, all right, man. Well, Scott, we appreciate you coming on here. Thank you for last second, doing this for me.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. I'm always game to be on here and be able to, talk a little bit of crap and, shoot some real info out here.
Yep.
Hey, you're also selling shit too because you mentioned the titanium pegs last time you were on. I fucking went. I bought some the next day.
Yeah. Yes.
I did end up buying a set. Yeah.
Scott's an influencer.
You gotta get the Sharp Boys. Come on now.
Scott's an influencer.
Yeah. No, I got I got Raptors.
See, those are good too. I mean, I'm running pro pegs, but Raptors are pretty good. But not to hate, but I have actually cracked 2 Raptors. I've cracked 2 titanium pegs.
Oh,
Did you?
see, I'm out.
Okay.
That was a little bit of
Scott.
that was a little bit of hate.
Scott, I need the plug on the pro pegs
Oh
now.
God, Jesus.
I got
Travis is tripling through the sections. He's gonna need those pro pegs.
If by
Hey,
triple, you mean I jump my feet off the pegs 3 times, then yes, I am as I'm rolling through it. But yeah, that's it. So
I frame cased the triple in that section at Detroit a few times, and my pegs are intact, so they must be good.
sweet.
Hey, they're good. Go get you guys some pro,
pro
pegs.
pegs.
Some
Yeah.
pro pegs.
Not affiliated
Bro.
with this actual show.
Man.
All right. Well, thanks, buddy. Have a good week, and we will see you in Indy this weekend, man.
See you, man.
Sounds great. Look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Take it easy.
Scott Meshey, everybody.
Scott Meshey.
Good time talking to him.
Smart
Always.
dude.
I don't. Yeah, I haven't met him in person, but
You'll meet. Are you gonna?
I'm on the same vibe.
Are you? When are you gonna be in Indy this weekend? Going down Friday or Saturday?
it was gonna be Saturday morning. But I'm thinking about going down Friday just to
Well,
get
if
the
you
drive out of the way.
If you go
Yeah.
down Friday, go to dinner with us then. How about that?
Well, I'm gonna be bringing sand to the beach. Is that cool?
What?
What?
I'll have my chick with me.
I'm gonna have my chick and my
Why-
kid also.
why-
Oh,
did-
okay. I didn't know if this was a bro only
Oh, no.
thing.
No, bro.
no.
Well, I mean,
No,
it'll-
me, him, the chick and the kid are all going down, man.
Kev Scott was there. If Jace was still, he'd have been there. What do you? why
Kev's
did-
parents are coming. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
Oh, so
yeah,
you,
so
Jace, I found this out about Jace too. Like, his break, I guess, was gnarly enough. He went and seen Dr. Viola.
Yeah,
Roxon
yeah. I
Stopper.
saw that the other day too.
yeah.
So.
Kev's mom. Oh my God, those two. They're not. They're
It's gonna be
talk.
great.
It's just gonna be Kev and.
I can't wait.
Kev's
Well,
mom
I'm
and
thinking now we got Ashley there too. Oh,
Oh,
man,
Jesus.
Ashley's gonna get them all.
I just
wound
just a
up.
question
It's gonna be
before we
awesome.
get Kev on. Sand to the beach. Why was that the expression you just used?
Yeah, dude.
That was
I
odd.
mean, is that like a young thing?
Can you get a better idiom
It's not.
going
It's
on?
not a young thing. I don't
I've
know.
never heard.
Like you've never heard.
You've never
sand
heard
to the
that?
beach?
I've heard that expression, but not
mean,
like
I
when you're
have
talking
heard
about
it.
a female.
You've never heard it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
yeah,
bring
yeah.
other dudes to the party?
No, that's not what I. Never mind.
All
That
right.
was the stupidest
Let's
thing
get
ever.
right into our next
Don't ever say
guest
that
here.
again
We'll
when
call
you're
him.
around me.
Let's see here. Boom.
Oh, we got to hit a little breeze, too.
Call him.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, so next guest brought to you by the Dirt Bike Depot. If you need some new moto gear but don't want to pay those expensive retail prices, shop the Dirt Bike Depot for all your moto gear needs. Gear sets, boots, helmets, goggles, and more. They specialize in athlete-only boots, as well as tons of more items that you can't buy in stores. Follow them on Instagram at the Dirt Bike Depot and DM them with any questions you may have. He is Dirt Bike Depot rider and friend of the show. It is Mr. Kevin Moranz. Hey, bud.
Sorry about that, Kev. That was weird.
That was not weird.
You call him, and then right as he answers, he goes, hello, and you're in the middle of a read.
And he knows exactly what's going on. Okay?
And we got the dial tone going through the audio.
It's totally fine.
Ugh.
It's totally fine.
Anyways.
Look, we don't have a producer. This is the kind of shit we have
We have
to
a
do.
ghost producer in the corner.
We have a ghost producer in the corner, yes. So, Kev, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going good. How you doing?
Fuck, dude, it's cold up here still.
Chat, that's good.
Yeah, it's nicer down here in Florida. It's actually kind of chilly down here in Florida, but it
Oh,
ain't,
my
ain't chilly
God.
like it's chilly up there.
No,
my
it was
God.
cold last night. I don't know about you loading up the trailer there after
My
that
teeth were
main.
cold.
We fucking froze our ass off just walking
16
3
degrees or
blocks
so,
to the
I think.
Oh, dude,
casino.
that wind chill, I think it was worse.
Yeah, it was not ideal.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, man, so Detroit, dude. I mean,
Starts are back, buddy.
starts are back.
Dude, that was insane. I'm not gonna lie. I got a decent jump, and I was like, all right. And then just like the next 10 feet, I'm like, I just rocketed it. For some, I don't know. I don't understand it because I mean, I'm literally on a bone stock 450, and yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
what was it? The heat race, Justin, we were watching, and we watched you on the start, and we were like, oh boy. And then the main happened, and we were like, holy crap, great start. And then I was watching the race highlights video, and dude, you are like right next to Bogle going into that first corner, and then just overshot it a little bit on your braking point, went way outside, but dude, you're right fucking there.
Still 5th, 6th,
No,
right?
that was
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I kind of overshot a little bit on purpose, just because like.
Okay.
You kind of have to if you don't want to get, because I was on the outside. Like you have to overshoot it to an extent to at least get to that point. Because if you try to not overshoot it, you're going to get cut off by 12 dudes.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a give or take situation. In the heat race, I actually got a decent start, honestly, too. But what happened is I came out like 4th, 5th, but my whole shot device didn't unlatch over the dragon's back, so I had to roll it because I was too scared to like jump off it and possibly miss my front end on the top one because my whole shot device was all latched still. So yeah, it's kind of a sketchy moment.
Yep. So rough day in qualifying yesterday, though. You go for the quad and don't make it. Tell us about that one.
I did catch the
Dude,
tail end of that one.
Braden, Sandra got a good video of it, and then so you'll see it in the new vlog coming out. Yeah, man, Braden just passed me in the loops, and I was kind of on a chill lap, and I saw him hit it, and I knew that everybody was kind of hitting it, so I followed him over it. And my bike did not do what his bike did. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? My suspension is just set up way too soft for a transition and a jump like that, I believe, because I pushed through it instead of jumping like up. And when I nosedived into the face of the quad, so didn't even come close.
Cole's face right now.
Oh, God. That just does not sound fun
Kevin's
at
had
all.
some
Like,
spectacular things going on this year.
that is just like cheeks clenched, like, oh,
Just
shit.
clapping cheeks, baby.
Yeah, you were
Dude,
out clapping cheeks in the D.
Oh, jeez.
There were probably 3 different scenarios where I got really, really sketchy, and I do not know how I wrote it out. So like,
Let's see
I'm very happy that I guess I don't know how to explain it besides just surely saying I had the strength to hold on to the bike.
Let's see.
Expert cheek clapper.
Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
A1. That was gnarly. And then what was it? Right around the Valentine's Day thing, and that now. So yeah, 3 situations where
Sick.
yeah, it was great.
Sick.
You had some spectacular things, Kev.
I think we should send the suspension back to Race Tech and get a little stiffness going on here.
Should get some
I mean,
factory
I
forks.
stiffened it up through the night,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like they even know, like I kind of prefer my stuff to be a little softer, just because, like one thing I really sucked at all day was my corners. Like I was pausing hardcore in my corners, especially after the loops, just because I was focusing so hard on the whoops. I was trying to breathe in the next corner, but it was costing me a lot. So
Yeah.
It's a real catch-22 when you start going stiffer, because it's going to make corners tougher, but it's also going to help in the rhythm. So it's like, it's tough.
Yeah. So did you stop by the Kawasaki truck on your way out last night to be like, hey, if you guys need to fill in, I'm here for you, or too soon?
No.
Wow.
No.
Totally think you should have.
Vulture.
Wait, what's wrong? Like, I thought he just like hit his head or something.
I don't know.
Man,
we haven't
like,
seen
it's
anything.
head
It's
and
bad,
collarbone.
though.
For me, it makes me super nervous. Have you watched the broadcast or anything yet, Kev?
No.
Oh, so he tucked front wheel basically all the way down the landing of the finish line, like landed at the lean angle.
I saw his wreck, but I didn't see what happened after that. Did
Okay,
he just
so-
get back on the track, and was he dazed, and then he just hit a stopwatch?
Oh, dude,
Well,
it was
yeah,
scary.
he went down the left side there over the Dragon's back and like straight sea ridered it off the Dragon's back, just kind of bounced off it, landed, went off balance over the next two jumps, and then just kind of
Fell
hit
off
the tough
bike.
block and just fell off it.
Yeah, like, dude, it was very much looked like I can't breathe, I can't see straight, and my head is not focused on anything. I mean, it's almost like you watch in the movies, like someone get shot and like stumble around for a few seconds and then just fucking fall over
off
and
their
die.
bike, yeah.
Was what it was.
Yeah.
Like it was not a pleasant experience to watch.
And it's like on the broadcast too, they just zoomed in right on his face, and you got the asterisk guy there, Alpine
Glossed
Star
out.
guy,
Yeah,
and he's just like staring right through the guy. Like,
yeah.
it worries me because obviously we've seen what's happened with Stu after he whacked his dome pretty hard, and usually these guys are whacking their domes, and you don't just see them ride around and fall over like that, which is kind of scary.
Yeah. So we don't know. He'll probably be at the race next week, but it wasn't a good look last night.
But yeah, long story short, we were playing the team manager game. Like, who are we putting on the Kawasaki bike? So
yeah, because they have to go racing. So, but oh well, whatever. Did you get a nap in yesterday, man? Or
Yeah, you old son of a bitch.
because I did not.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Like, did I get a nap?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
yeah, what kind of question is
Oh, I was
that?
gonna say, because you said old son of a bitch. I was like,
Bro,
I
he was
didn't think I was that old.
tired. He was tired, man.
I was gonna say
We
were
all
sitting
thought he was
there-
going to fall asleep when we were sitting up there talking to him.
Kevin?
Yeah, bro.
dude, it was rough. It was rough, but I mean,
Was there some extracurriculars around the pits?
okay.
or-
Hold
my
on.
no,
Hold
dude,
on.
I just took like a 3-hour nap, and it did not help.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm shot today too, but
So am
it's
I.
fine.
I mean, Cole does really want to know, though, if you've seen your sponsor up close.
Wanted what?
No, this is off. This is something that can't be on air. But
We just want to know
could
if you've
be.
seen your local sponsor last night or not.
But,
I just
no,
Yeah,
so-
duh.
I
we
know
saw
I
him.
know a little too much about
Dude,
the
what,
extracurricular
we're just joking
activities
around.
that
About-
were around.
About the heat race, though.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. I'll tell you what. It was very nice watching the LCQ for a change.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were keeping we had a close eye on you during that heat race. We were like, oh man, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it.
Well,
He's gonna
I
make
was
it.
pretty confident at the beginning, and then Dino went past me, and then Dino went down, then I ran over his bike, and Dino came back, and then I kind of knew where I was. Chris freaking killed it on the pit board as far as like letting me know where I was. So I was like kind of pacing. I knew it was going to be between me and Alex, and then like A-Ray, and then homeboy went down. What's his name? Heart Raft. And then I was like, okay, so like now it's between 8th and 9th. So I was like, even if A-Ray gets around me, like just don't be an idiot and just get into the main event, bro. So like that's pretty much what ended up happening.
That's got to feel so fucking good.
The craziest thing
Dude,
about
I was so like when I looked up and I saw my name P9, because there's nobody behind us too. Like
Yeah.
I think Heart Raft was probably coming, but like I had a gap, and I'm pretty sure they lapped up
10th.
to. I think they lapped Heart Raft. So
Yeah,
I was like that whole last lap, I'm like, oh, Kev's got it going.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
were-
Dude, that last lap, I was like, Kev, please just be aware enough that no one is behind you because they literally
Yeah.
aren't stopped
Oh, they're
riding.
gone.
Just finish. Please just finish this lap. So,
For real.
but hey, we did it. We're in. That's awesome. And now maybe there's a
more
few
hole
more
shot-
spots.
more hole
open
shots
up
too.
Here,
More
so-
hole shots.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm telling you, like it is a massive goal of mine. I have to get at least a whole shot in a heat race and or a main event. Like legitimate Kevin Moranz has the whole shot.
Well, we watched Justin Bogle do it last night, so we were having flashbacks to 2017, and we were like, holy shit.
And then Kev was like right there behind Bogle, and we were like, God, what is this?
This is happening.
This is nice.
This is great. So, yeah, so that's awesome. So, we secure any new sponsor deals yesterday?
Not really. I've got a couple in the works, but you know, okay. So there is kind of a big deal that Kev got the flights for Seattle covered.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
nice.
Because that was like $1,400.
Yep. Sweet. That's good. So, are we? Let's go. Are we doing press day this week?
Not that I know of. I mean, I wasn't supposed to do press day in Detroit, but I got like last second hit up on that.
I might have a spot for you to ride this week down there. So I'll call you after we're done with the show here. After we wrap up
in Florida.
I might have a spot for you to ride down there, like a legit Supercross thing this week. So I just
in Indianapolis?
No,
Florida.
in Florida before you come back. When are you flying to Indy?
I fly in Indy Thursday.
Okay, so you would have to ride like Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, cool, awesome. So yeah, I'll call you after we wrap the show up here and talk to you some more details about that. But I may have a spot. I've been working on it since yesterday. So I got you. I'm working on.
We
this.
know a guy.
We know a guy or two or three. So trying to get you in somewhere down there.
Yeah, that's good.
How's the?
That's good.
Thanks. Great job.
Good job.
Sorry, I'm at a Mexican restaurant. I just ordered before they closed. So yeah, you're solid.
How's the Patreon going?
It's going good. I mean, it's just constant small growth. It's just kind of part of it. Like everybody wishes things would just blow up, but I mean, it's part of it. Just kind of keeping consistent with it. But you know me, dude. I got so much stuff going on with my program. I just kind of need to simplify it a little bit, get a little video together, explaining everything. It is a little confusing. I just haven't even had time to do that because Sater and I have so much to do on race days and whatnot.
Yep.
But no, it's going good. So if the listeners want to check it out, www.moranzmafia.com or hit the link in my bio on Instagram. Join as a Patreon. All goes back to the funding of our programs. I appreciate it.
Did see a Kevin Moranz KM57 shirt yesterday.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
On a
We looked
chick.
good. We look good.
Yep. It was nice.
The shirt look good or the chick look good?
No, just the shirt.
Just the shirt.
Just the shirt.
Just the shirt.
Shirt looked good.
The
We're
shirt was
hey,
great.
we know that guy.
So chick got upped a couple levels because she was
Okay,
wearing the
well,
shirt.
anyway.
That was pretty much it. You know?
There you go.
So anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So last question for you, most important question of the night: where are we going to dinner on Friday?
That's the most important question.
Ooh, that's a great question. I
Bingo.
kind of forgot
See?
about all of this. So we got to figure that out.
I heard something about some Texas Roadhouse rolls or
Yeah,
just
some
the
Hawaiian
Yeah.
rolls or something.
I'm 100% down for that.
So I just found out.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse it is.
We were talking to Meshey right before you, and I just found out that like the NCAA tournament's in town or something too this weekend. So anything downtown, I don't think we're gonna be able to do, but we probably could hit up that Texas Roadhouse that we hit up last year. So I'll try to figure out which one that was outside of town here, and we'll go from there. So
Yeah, I'm all about it.
okay, well I'll get that figured out. Are your parents coming in on Thursday, or are they coming in Friday?
They're coming in Friday. Everybody's coming in Friday. I believe.
Okay.
So, I mean, hopefully they're there for dinner, but if not, then it's just going to be the amigos.
Well, whatever, doesn't matter. Well,
Travis just wants to know because he really wants to talk to your mom.
dude, I'm so pumped to see your parents this weekend.
I know.
I'm
I know,
so
dude.
pumped. Is your brother coming too, or?
Yeah, I think everybody's coming, dude.
Nice.
I think Colton, my mom and dad, I got cousins and all sorts of stuff. So
Cousin was the
Fuck yeah.
cousin was the guy that was at the
Crawfordsville.
Iron Man, right?
Um,
Because I thought it was your brother. and
no, I don't know. I don't think Ryan. That's Ryan. I don't
Okay.
think Ryan's coming. He might, but I don't know.
so
He's
different
not on the list
cousin.
that I'm thinking of.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I totally thought that was his brother, and then I
Then you realize it's not.
No.
That's my dumbass. But dude, yeah, I'm pumped to see the rents this weekend. So, all right, cool, man. Anything else you boys got for him before we let him
No,
go
just
here?
a successful night, man. That was good.
Yeah.
Like I said, those starts.
No, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Dude, like the tough block in the main. Like, did you guys see that, or y'all obviously?
Was there a straight tough block or
Are you
something?
talking about, was that, oh no, maybe that was
In
that
the
the
main
left-hander after the finish?
No, main event after the whoops.
Yes.
On like the
Yeah,
fourth
yeah.
lap.
Yeah,
Yes.
the left-hander, yeah.
Yes, where you got caught on there. Yep.
Yeah, dude. The tough blocks are just absolutely shafting me this year because like I couldn't get the bike up until I got the tough block because it was wrapped around my brake pedal. So I had to try to maneuver the tough block to get the cover to undo itself from the pedal. And that was just a nightmare. And then my bike started smoking and I almost was about to look at the flagging crew like, dude, grab a knife. Like I can't get this undone. And finally just ripped it off. So
Can I just say, great job getting lapped last night and just skipping the whoops as they were lapping you, like double win there. You didn't have to go through the whoops, and you were out of the way for getting lapped.
100%.
Oh, those whoops looked fucking
But
sketchy.
dude, with a track that tight and whatnot, dude, it's really tough when you start getting lapped and especially like how sketchy it was. Like
Yeah.
through the
Oh
reps,
no, we
you saw everybody else going down. Like you're just getting yeeted left and right in these rhythms.
Kev
yeah.
is like the most self-aware person I think I've ever watched when it comes to getting lapped.
Well, we were talking during our race recap.
no, man, that's not
and
not a shot. I'm just being serious.
There was like you and like two other dudes at one point were getting lapped, and you all were beside the whoops. And I was like, that's just a great job for them because the last thing we need is y'all getting in the way.
one more thing since we're on this topic. Hey, Kev, is Eli still pissed at you right now?
I don't know, dude. Like
Can you-
I
Yeah, what
I have
happened
a
there?
photo of him like death staring me over the finish line as we're both rolling down the backside, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, like honestly, it would have been fine, but I missed the table over single 3 into the corner. I ended up going table over single and then 2-2 in the corner, and that would have been fine. He would have been just followed right behind me, but he panicked revved the absolute living crap out of the bike, which freaked me out because I didn't know if he was coming in to land on me or whatnot. So I just rolled around the outside and went to roll him because I was like, I don't know what this dude's at.
that was
So if he wouldn't have just panic revved so much, he probably would have got a decent lap in. So.
That's the funniest thing for me because I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at the rhythm section, but not the end of it. And then all of a sudden I hear rev limiter. I look over, it's Eli, and I'm like, who did he just piss off? Or who did he get pissed off at? And then I just see you rolling off the track. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, man, it's part of it though.
Yeah, whatever.
Ah,
It's fine.
whatever. Let him get pissed. He still won.
He won the race.
Yeah,
Tell
he's
him to
fine.
fuck off.
Kev made the main, got 2 starts. He's okay.
Yeah, so. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Have a good week, and we will see you Friday in Indy, all right?
Absolutely, sounds good.
All right, I'll call you in a couple minutes,
See you, Kev.
too.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah, bye. All right, Kevin Moranz, everyone.
That shit was just hilarious. I'm sorry. When we were talking about lappers, I just had to bring that up. I know it was
Oh, my
P1.
God. Dude, and it was so funny, too. You weren't with us, but, like, literally that's happening, and Ashley's watching Eli on a heater, because that's her guy, and she's like, oh, my God, he's on a heater. Oh, my God, he's on a heater. He gets the end, and she's like, who the fuck is in his way? And then she looks, and she's like, oh, Kev. Shit. So,
Like I said, I just hear rev limiter, and I look over, I see Eli, and then I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look at Kev just riding off the track. I was like, oh,
that's
no.
not good. That's
That's
not
funny.
good at all. So, all right, anything else you boys want to talk about before we wrap the show up?
Jet and Eli win Indy.
I mean, I mean, Eli's my pick. Yeah.
I mean, who else are you going to go
Who-
with? I mean,
it's either him or
You
Mookie.
could go McAdoo if something happens to Jet and Eli, but outside of that, man,
I'd much rather see Pierce win, but if it's not that,
Either him or Mookie win.
So,
yeah.
You think Mookie pulls one out?
I still am on board that Mookie doesn't get a win, but I will say this:
his
since
chances are a lot better now.
well, not only that, but like after this being 3 weekend, because you can even count, Arlington in that first main. If he gets a start, I think he's got the speed to do it.
Yeah.
I still am on board. I don't know if he can do it for 20+1.
I don't think he's got the racecraft to do it. I think he gets a little hot-headed and ahead of himself.
I almost, and this is the last thing I'll say, I almost feel like he would have to. I feel like he would have to be behind Eli, because I feel like Cole just said about the racecraft thing, except be like backwards. I feel like if Eli's pressuring him for 20+1, I think Mookie will start to crack. I think if he can sit back and watch Eli throughout the main and kind of see, hey, like I'm pacing this guy, I'm picking up on his lines, because we know Eli does crazy shit throughout the main that most guys don't do at the end of it. And Mookie sees himself like, hey, I can run this guy's pace. I think it'd be like, oh, okay. But if he's in front of him, I think he's just gonna fade. I think Eli will pressure him so badly, you're gonna see him go backwards.
yeah, probably. So, all right. Well, this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, episode 194. Thanks to our sponsors, Energy Fuel, Premier Custom Trailers, TLR Coatings, Holester Co, Alias Sport, Dirt Bike Depot, JT Cycle, Adept Creative Co, Gutter Works, Isaac Nelson Designs, and Clutch Media. Again, links in the description below. Links to support us in the description below. Make sure to like, comment, share. with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we will be back next week to talk Indy. Again, we will be there, so we will do another race recap, kind of like we did this week, where we kind of talk about our experience at the race pretty much. So as always, we recommend going to the races in person if you can, because you see much more. Get to the stadium early, be there all day, check out all the action. And we will be back next week. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week.